moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouazizi only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouazizi,
My fellow Liberians, I am Anthony Daniel C. Gay, Jr., Deputy Information Minister of the Republic of Liberia. Welcome to the third episode of the President Weah Thank You series. Today, it's time to look at his achievements in the education sector. 2017, the number of school-going persons had increased since the end of the Civil War, but the learning outcomes were poor. Many parts of Liberia were without high schools, and children who attended classes in dilapidated structures were taught with inadequate materials by many demotivated teachers who were irregularly underpaid as low as 2,500 Liberian dollars as a monthly salary. With few weak regulatory mechanisms in place, the unprecedented repeated mass failure of students in WAEC and UL entrance examination consistently exposed the failure of the government education system. President Weah's predecessor had conceded to these enormous challenges and had publicly confessed that their education system was a mess. President Weah inherited a mess and immediately started to reverse the downward trend the education sector had taken. President Weah immediately lobbied with GPE for $11 million to support early childhood education in 6 counties. 300 in-service teachers and administrators were trained, and grants were given to 550 early childhood education schools for learning materials. President Weah has also addressed the secondary education challenge. He has attracted $47 million United States dollars from ADA to enable him construct 3 model high schools in Banga, Kakata, and Ganta cities, and is rehabilitating 156 public schools across the country. He is smartly using the funding opportunity to upgrade about 25 public junior high schools to senior high schools to ensure that each education district in Liberia has at least one public high school. Construction works are ongoing at the 25 following schools: Dua Gatton and William V. Stockman in Nima County, Nomo Port Central, Draw, Gibsonville, and Troy Public Schools in Sando County, Barakan, Bonington, and Guiado in Maryland, Chibokan, Tom Y, and Koyankan in River G, Joseph McGill, Bella Fasama, and Gaga Bukita in Bapulu County, Owens Grove, St. John, and Guillotin in Grand Bassa, Bojize, Zamitown, and Yakatan in Rivers, Kokoya Central High in Bone, and Bee Public School in Margibi County. Construction works are also currently ongoing at 18 early childhood primary schools across the country. To reduce the high rate of school female dropouts, President Weah ensured that up to 250 United States dollars was given as sponsorship from 9th to 12th grade to each of 3,000 girls in the counties with the highest rates of secondary school dropouts. President Weah is about to install an all-inclusive solar panel digital library in 157 public high schools across the country, and users will not need internet connection. All of the 157 schools have received $5,000 each to prepare the rooms to deploy the digital platform. Since 2018, President Weah has paid $500,000 annually as WASS fees for all students taking the exam. Under President Weah, the passing rate of students in WASS and other public exams has improved steadily. President Weah has also made the University of Liberia and all other public tertiary institutions tuition-free to grant the poorest of Liberian students access to higher education. President Weah has sent 30% of the University of Liberia Teachers College and the Teachers Training Institutes to foreign graduate schools to specialize in different sectors of education to improve the teachers training program. The 30% have completed the training. President Weah has completed the rehabilitation and reconstruction of TVET workshops in all 6 multilateral high schools. He has rehabilitated all of the trade workshops at BWI and has constructed TVET workshops at the Cape Palmas High School. President Weah has removed over 1,000 ghost names from the Ministry of Education payroll and has added 3,000 supplementary teachers who had irregularly received $2,500 Liberian dollars as monthly salary. Under President Weah, all public school teachers are paid at least $150 gross salary. President Weah has established the Division for Disability and Inclusive Education for the first time at the Ministry of Education. And with the support from the World Bank, 40 teachers were trained to improve their abilities to identify students with special needs. To inspire nation building and patriotism, President Weah has reinstated civics education in a curriculum for Liberian schools. President Weah has developed several education policies to improve and strengthen regulation of the sector, including the Policy on Health School Administration, School Grading and Quality Assessment Tool, PTA policy, and Girls Education Policy, which introduced the recruitment and deployment of 200 guardian counselors in all public schools. All of these achievements cause us to forget that COVID-19 disrupted President Weah's development drive for a whole year. But even during the pandemic, he solicited help from the development partners and launched the COVID-19 Education Emergency Response Plan. Under the plan, lessons were aired by radio, 6,000 plus kits were procured, 150 watch facilities were constructed in public schools. Risk prevention controls were established to create safe environments for the speedy reopening of schools. During the COVID-19 pandemic, President Weah also provided relief packages for about 20,000 private school teachers who were not fortunate to receive salaries like their public school counterparts. Thank you, President Weah.
We met on deck. We cannot compare to what is going on. So the lot of deficit, that we incur, that we are dealing with. But those among detractors would not explain, because when I came here, I said we are inheriting a broken economy, and what we're seeing today is that we're paying debts of all government, and of course that's the right thing to do because government continue. We're not going to cry, we're going to fight to make sure that we grow our economy. We do what needs to be done. This is what we want to obey our rules. We want to, the sector, agriculture sector, we want to invest in it so it can help to create jobs. If you look around you, we saw that there was salary disparity. And then we try to cut down wages, so it can help us, and doing our best to collect taxes, and so there are a lot of things we put in place in a short time, and I think if Liberians work with us, we can achieve what we want to achieve.
Do you think at the same time, Mr. President, that you kind of rocked the boat? You defied the status quo that was there before? They didn't expect this from someone like you.
Well, this is life. We don't expect anything. Life is open. Only God decides who go where, when, how. So I'm sure are part of that vision of the Almighty God. Those that are going to be leaders of this country. And I think what is important for me is to continue to work hard. Those that believe in me, the Liberian people believe in me. I'm not serving just politicians. I'm serving the people. And those that went in the race with me still doesn't understand that election is over. Because if they want to be leader of tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, they bring their ideas, and we sit on the table and put those ideas. They can even bring their own investment into the country. That what we did. I was a peace ambassador for Madam Ellen government. Why? Because of the country, because of the people. I could have said no. I don't want to work with her, but I did that for the love of country. And this is how every Liberian should be. It's not just looking at the president. I can do it all. I don't know it all. So
13 years ago, were you ready? Had you become president in 2006, as opposed to 2017 or 2018? You think it was is there a difference in those 13 years that has taught you?
What, Jeff, if you allow me to call you Jeff.
Yes, sir.
2005, if I'm ready or not. As I said, Jeff, when I went on my professional field, the first day I went on practice ground, was I ready? Yes, I was ready because I was inspired. It's an opportunity that was given me. So I had to do my best. So from that day that I was called on the field as a full professional soccer player, I was ready already because I was practicing, even though I was not a full professional player. Then when the opportunity came, I worked hard. So 2005, I don't think I'm going to make a difference, because I'm going to work hard. We're going to get the best people on board, and I'm sure we're going to move on. Sometimes people believe that, you were not prepared in 2005, But again, it's opinion. And we accept everyone's opinion. But maybe 2005 could have been better for me because a lot of funds that came in, a lot of contracts that being signed that some are not in the interest of the state. Maybe I could have been the best person at that time to sign those deals. So it doesn't matter when you come. So what matters is that what you can do when you are there. You work hard, and I'm sure if we work hard, if my team push more, I think we can succeed.
But then there's an old saying: "Be careful what you wish for, because you may just get it." Now you wished for this, you've gotten it. Is it difficult? Is it challenging being president of Africa's oldest republic?
Well, as I told you, every work is challenging. It's challenging to be the president of the oldest African state. But this is what I got. So I have to work towards it. Believe in my God, I believe in that took me everywhere, and I succeeded. So I believe in God, and I know that with God, I will not make my people shame. I got good friends. I got people that are willing to help. I got friends out there that are willing to invest in this country. But I think what is important for is the peace of this country is more important, because without peace, there will not be investment. No stability will be investment. People will be afraid. So once we maintain the peace, we work together as a nation, we can succeed. Remember, after me, somebody will come. And how we treat that person, will develop this country.
You keep talking about the peace, Mr. President. Are you afraid this country could go back to what it was before? Is there a fear?
No, I'm not afraid. I'm just being cautious.
Again, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege for us to be on here. And we are so excited that we have another opportunity to be here. I want to welcome each and every one of you. My brother Frederick Tinisi Nimini, you are welcome. Nia, thank you so much for joining us. Emmanuel Bro, we appreciate your presence here. We want to welcome and appreciate Sei Gonganum. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We want to welcome all of you who are joining us. As usual, we just ask that you do us a favor, hit for us the share button, and let's have a
Sure.
wonderful.
And then I want Liberians to know that our past will not be, it's never a beautiful thing, you know. And we were not in the war, you know. May those that left us, may their soul rest in peace. But at the same time, we witnessed the war. We were part of it at a certain point. Going to refugee camps to see your people displaced, it was a good thing to see. You know, some of us lost our parents, we lost our friends. So it's not a good thing. I think the only way you can sustain a country, you can develop a country, is to sustain the peace. To sustain our people, we have to maintain the peace. We have to work together to develop the country. We have to maintain the peace. We have to be stable. You know, despite our political differences, Liberia is what we have. This is our country. You know, and we ran before. You know, we cannot keep running.
So again, we want to welcome each and every one of you and want to say thank you for your presence here as always. We appreciate you, and what we hope and pray for is that all of you who are joining us will do us that favor to hit for us the share button, to invite as many persons as you can, so that we can all have a wonderful time today. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate all of you. It's a privilege for us to have you here, and let's do this together. So, okay.
Friends out there that are willing to invest in this country, you know. But I think what is important for is the peace of this country is more important, because without peace, there will not be investment. No stability will be investment. People will be afraid. So once we maintain the peace, we work together as a nation, we can succeed. You know, remember, after me, somebody will come. And how we treat that person, you know, will develop this country, you know.
You keep talking about the peace, Mr. President. Are you afraid this country could go back to what it was before? Is there a fear?
No, I'm not afraid. You know, I'm just being cautious. And then I want Liberians to know that our past was not a beautiful one. You know, war is never a beautiful thing. You know, and we were not in the war. You know, and may those that left us, may their soul rest in peace. But at the same time, we witnessed the war. We were part of it at a certain point. Going to refugee camps to see your people displaced, it was a good thing to see. You know, some of us lost our parents, we lost our friends. So it's not a good thing. I think the only way you can sustain a country, you can develop a country, is to sustain the peace. To sustain our people, we have to maintain the peace. We have to work together to develop the country. We have to maintain the peace. We have to be stable. You know, despite our political differences, Liberia is what we have. This is our country. You know, and we ran before. You know, we cannot keep running. You know, sometimes people that even die for us, for our freedom, may not be prepared again to come back. So we need to do everything to make sure that we guard our country, you know, and fight our cause, you know, through dialogue, through bringing ideas, you know, that can develop this country.
Yeah, and because you lived through those horrific times, Mr. President, you lived it, and I was here and I covered this country endlessly. What do you tell other Africans who take peace and freedom for granted? What do you tell them?
What, as I said to the United Nations, you know, we have to be peaceful. This is why we're trying to maintain the peace. And we have to do that. Because without peace, our world will be difficult. And we know that. I'm a Liberian. I know what we went through, even though we're now part of what in the battle itself. But we're battling a lot of things. Have you ever imagined during Liberian Civil War, when I go to the field to play, what runs in my mind? Will I perform good? Yeah, sometimes I perform bad, simply because of my mind was somewhere else. And also, a war is a destruction. So the best way.
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, as usual, we want to welcome each and every one of you here today to our Friday's presentation of Under the Palava Hut. We want to say welcome to you. And it's always just, a nice time when we find ourselves, here having this wonderful interaction with our people is something that we hold dearly. And on behalf of all of us, we appreciate your presence and we ask that you do us that favor. And that one favor that we require of you is to hit for us the share button. Invite us in as many persons as you can invite, and let's do this together. On this note, we want to welcome our brother Leo. My brother Leo, welcome. How are you, sir?
Hey Prince, let me say hi to you and the listening audience, and also my brother Frank. Good to see you, man. How's the weekend?
The weekend is good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. We also want to welcome our brother Frank. Brother Frank, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here today.
Definitely. Yeah. Welcome to all. So, I know there are many issues, but there is this video that I keep listening to and that I want us to play. President Weah had an interview with Jeff Konage. And in that particular interview, in fact, all of his life, he kept stressing the issue of peace. He kept stressing the issue of unity. He kept stressing the issue of a conducive environment for our people. He was concerned. I will play this clip because I want us to start our discussion. There are many things we're going to be discussing, but I want us to start our discussion on this. And I want us to listen to
Keep running. Sometimes people that even die for us, we have to work together. The only way you can sustain a country, you can develop a country, is to sustain the peace. To sustain our people, we have to maintain the peace. We have to work together to develop the country. We have to maintain the peace. We have to be stable. Despite our political differences, Liberia is what we have. This is our country. And we ran before. We cannot keep running. Sometimes people that even die for us, for our freedom, may not be prepared again to come back.
I want to start from you, my brother. I want to welcome my brother Jake. Jake, how are you, Jake? How's everything from your end?
Salute to you, Frank, Leo, everybody. Thank you, and to the follower, respect. May I help to share this video? I'm okay, brother.
Definitely, yeah. You listening to this video? I want to start from you, my brother Leo. President Weah was concerned about the peace. He kept stressing it over and over that this country needs to be peaceful. We cannot continue to make our people to run. He was speaking as if he envisioned what was about to happen today or what our people are faced with. For each time President Weah will speak, he will highlight the issue of peace, of unity, of us coming together, of us keeping a very safe environment, of us working, whether be it as government official, as people, to ensure that Liberia do not experience what she experienced for the 14 plus years. My brother Leo, I want to hear from you. Today, Those things that President Weah was talking about, that he was afraid and continued to caution our people of, those very things that this government was cautioned of, maintain the peace, keep the peace. I'm giving this country to you in a conducive and in a very good manner. Keep the peace, continue the peace. Today, we are seeing something different. Tell us, what do you make of this particular speech from President Weah? We can all take two minutes on this issue before we enter into what we are taking into. Go ahead, sir. You have the time.
Yeah, again, please, thank you for the time, the platform. Let me say hi to my fellow panelists. Of course, my brother Jake. Good to see you. But to our listening audience, our view audience, social media now. Like we said, we've been saying that we know His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah had always been a peaceful man, regardless. I remember from the days of our war days when bullets and everything was raining in our country. It took one man who would risk his life, put his career on the line. Because, please, let's face it, this brother took a big risk, was taking a big risk by entering into a war zone that could have easily impacted his career. And what would Liberia do for him at the time? Nothing. Anything could have happened to the brother, but he did it for only one thing, for the long-lasting peace that we are supposedly enjoying now. Prince, you know what it means for a man to put aside his career, that will feed his family and say, you know what? This is beyond me. This is beyond my career. But the people of Liberia must enjoy peace, for which we saw it. When George Weah entered the Liberian soil, every faction laid down their arms and ammunition, because why? The greatest son of the soil was on the ground. Even at one point, Chancellor went on BBC because he was envying that Chancellor was calling for ceasefire. The growing faction was not listening, but it took George Manneh Weah. Why do you think this guy became a peace ambassador? Let's fast forward. Joseph Boakai, who is one of the initiators of the war, the civil war that led to almost 300,000 people dead. George Weah is telling him, I'm giving you this seat free. I won the election. People know what happened, but I'm going to give it to you for the long-lasting peace. What Boakai did, Boakai desecrated the land of our country. I know we will get into it lengthily, but so we already know who George Weah is. When it comes to peace, look, man, I can't say much, but the whole world has recognized who George Weah is. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. I'll go to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, you listening to President Weah, concerned about the peace, kept talking about the peace. To the extent, at a certain point in time, Jeff even asked, Just Konage asked the president and said, what happened? Why are you talking about this peace? And let me just play it before you come in with your 2 minutes. Let me just play this.
So it's not a good thing. I think the only way you can sustain a country is also maintain the peace. We work together as a nation. We can succeed. Remember, after me, somebody will come, and how we treat that person, will develop this country.
You keep talking about the peace, Mr. President. Are you afraid this country could go back to what it was before?
You're listening to my brother Frank. Jeff Konage asked the question, are you afraid that this country could go back, slip back? Let's hear from you, my brother. Your 2 minutes. Let's hear from you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to start with a video that you usually play from Luther Tappe when he was in South Africa. But I'm going to start with the end of this video where the man asks, you keep talking about peace. Folks, listen to this. It's deeper than you think that it was just an interview. This man said, you keep talking about peace. Let me say this scientifically. What this man was trying to say is, Mr. President, you keep talking about peace, but the other side of the aisle, those guys do not know what they call peace. So, in case you are not in power, you think these people know what they call peace? These are the people that have brought war in this country. When you talk about violence, because let me tell you something, these guys watch internationally. They know what's going on and so forth and things. All right. So when this man emphasizes on that thing, you keep talking about peace, you keep talking about peace. But Mr. President, do you think The other people who are in opposition right now, do you think those people know what they call peace? Do you think those people understand what they call peace? Because as we can see, we saw that during the campaign time, opposition leaders, opposition political parties, they went around and killing the same Liberian people in the name of their CDC partisan, their CDC member. Whether or not they were, but once they supported you, they went against those same Liberians that they came to protect. They were killing them. These people understand what they call peace. Let me just go back to South Africa with Luther Tappe when he said when you're in South Africa. Let me tell you, Brother Prince, to the panelists here. Luther Tappe was asked about the democracy of Liberia. And they said, we admire the democracy of Liberia. We love the democracy of Liberia. All right? We wish every nation in Africa can follow the footsteps of Liberia. That statement that was made when Luther Tappe was on the scene. That statement was exactly talking about President George Manneh Weah. That this man is a peaceful man. This man want the betterment of Liberian people. He wants to see the country rise because it is unheard of in an African nation. The election went about head to head, and then little point margin, and then the ruling party that are in power take power without announcing the election result, but take power and say, you know what? Take it. You win. That's the kind of peaceful man George Weah is. So in South Africa, they was not talking about blockade, and so many things, but they were talking about President George Manneh Weah being a peaceful man. So I wish the democracy of Liberia can be maintained, but not again. The world is saying the democracy of Liberia have been demolished, have been destroyed because they watch every day. When the ruling party went against opposition headquarters, broke it down, and come on now.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from our brother Jake. My brother Jake, you're listening to the president. You have had the opportunity and will continue to have the opportunity of having a personal interaction with him. He always talked about the peace. He's concerned about the peace. Other thing that he's afraid. Other thing that, that man, a lazy man. Man are strong. Oh, the man, I got a man, you're too scared. Let's hear from you, Jake. What you think the president was thinking of?
Yeah, once again, respect to the followers, and please help to share this video. Point today is very simple. Very, very simple. Liberian people, they know the facts, but they will be in denial. The Unity Party, the party of violence, they don't like peace. Let me throw you back. The head of the Unity Party, man, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first president of the Unity Party regime, what she said to the Liberian people when somebody were in power, you destroy the executive mansion, will pay by 24 hours. The statements are there, or days. The statements are on video. You can search it up. So it's a party of violence. So the peaceful man is there. George Weah. Why man Ellen Johnson Sirleaf appointed him a peace ambassador? She knew that the peaceful posture is a man of peace from day one. You don't get no violent nature in him that until you really, really push him. But to just push him and before you get out of character, it will be very, very hard. The peace depends, for me, the peace depends on his watch. He said, hey, Prince, the videos are there. He said, there will be no checkpoint under my watch as president of the Republic of Liberia. Under their watch, ECOWAS in a country now, United Nations forces are there. Thousands of people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, you saw United Nations on the ground. When they put out the country, who kept the peace? The United Party were doing everything with a propaganda, They are in machinery, propaganda machinery to bring back the civil war. But he said, under my watch, there will be no checkpoint in this country. When they were counting vote, the people wanted to drag the country to war now, 20 war in the country. You went to everywhere. They harass you as independent journalists whatsoever. Thousands of people. They harassed them. They wanted to crumble that country back to war. You relinquish power to them. Send the relinquish power to them. You ever saw the former president, the present president talking about unification? No, he wish hunting everybody in the country as we speak now. They still wish hunting. Destroy the biggest opposition party that could check on George. We have to say, okay, we'll destroy your own too. Or you want for the country to go back to the dark days, you'll go back to the dark days. But it's a peaceful man. If you look at the country reality, he keeping the peace of that nation. The United Party didn't care about peace. That reality, they didn't care about peace. They destroy the whole country. They not care for peace.
Thank you. As I listened to the video and listening to President Weah was concerned. And like all of us are saying, you can easily be happy or be worried studying somebody's past behavior. Like all of us are saying here. The Unity Party has a consistent record of disturbing our peace. If it is not them, that's who they are. Plain as it is. If it is not them, they believe that they must do everything to ensure that the place is chaotic, except it is them. When it is them, it's okay. But when it is not them, forget it. There'll be problem. We will go back into history. You saw what happened. Let's just start recently. Let's not go too far with Fayuko or Tolbert. No, let's not go to Tolbert. Most of our people maybe. But let's come right to President Doe, the slain president. This Unity Party, these same people, they gathered and said that they will not allow this man to lead in peace. They went all out soliciting money so that they can get enough to wage war on the country because they felt that he was not the right man to be there. He was an illiterate, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Did they succeed? Well, you know the answer to that question. Did they have their will? You know the answer to that question. Did they even openly confess that, yes, we were able to sponsor subversive activities? Did they confess openly? Yes, you know the answer. So when people are raising concern, they are not doing it because they are afraid. They are not doing it because they don't have the means to protect themselves. But they are doing it because of the vast majority of the people who can't afford. When President Weah was raising these concerns, the peace of the nation, when they were going to protest, burning tire, President Weah said, police people, you'll guard them, you'll be with them, you'll food to eat. He wasn't afraid. He was thinking about the internal peace of the country. Nobody want to invest in a country where things are helter-skelter. Nobody feel comfortable right now. A friend of mine was talking, we're talking today. The guy said, Prince, I said, yeah, see my man. I even afraid about laying in our country now. This one man, I want to do my lay also, I want to go. He said, I'm afraid, brother. Because with what happening, imagine. Men all went down there, we're hustling, we scrap men, and we ain't got nothing. Go help on a kind, yeah. I will get small man, one boss gonna lay play, and base gonna lay buffer for all. It's scary, brother. Because you think that you now spend your money not your 401, other thing, you go boss gonna lay before you go to erase it, or one person can get break it down. That one not killing right there, brother. The men say pray not killing. So what is happening even internally? We have tension. There are tensions. Liberia in this normal situation is one of the nations with the highest displaced persons. Not from natural disaster. No. And not from how you call from any external how you call or threat, even though external threat has been added to it. but from their own government. People are now displaying. Homes have been broken. Homes that people built over 40, 45 years. One person can't claim the whole thing and say the land for me. One person just can't say the whole land here you're seeing that for how you call year to year, the whole land here. Me get it. These were some of the things that President Weah was concerned about. These were some of the things that he was worried about. And when he kept talking about the peace, the peace, the peace, the peace, these were things that he was looking at. Today, it is sad. And these are the same very thing that President Weah was afraid of. These are the things that are now happening. Well, fellow Liberians, we have a responsibility to inform you about what is happening. It's up to you how you see it, how you take it. Our responsibility is to inform you because we inform you ahead of time. Joseph Nima Boyka himself said, when I meant it, if I become president, the whole country here will scatter. We knew. No, you don't become so desperate to the extent of going that length. You don't. Joseph Nima Boyka threatened our peace. So today, what we are seeing, external aggression, people living from one area of Lofa to another, it is not strange. It is not strange. He said it. He predicted it. And today, where we are. Today, here we are. But again, it is what it is. Joseph Numa Boyka, after we beat on him, we appear here on several occasions, did series of podcasts. We said that it was unfortunate that in these times of difficulties that the government will not speak. The government that is charged with the responsibility of protecting the people, of ensuring that our borders are secure, of ensuring that they can instill hope back in the people, that Mr. Boyka was not responding, that the government was coming out with mis and disinformation. Mr. Boyka came up and addressed the nation in a 10 minutes pre-recorded speech. And I'm going to play this speech. I want us to look at this speech here. Is it sincere? Is it something that gave hope to the people? Did they underline the key issues? Did they have any ingredient in it that the people can listen to and say, yeah, we get nation, we get somebody standing with us? Did it? That speech, did it represent a government speaking to reassure the people of their safety and of the protection of their land? I want us to listen to this speech, and then we can all take our bite on it. I want us to listen to this. And courtesy of the executive marshal, I will take it from there so that we can all hear it.
My fellow Liberians, I address you today regarding the situation along our border with the Republic of Guinea. As President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia, it is my duty.
I may not play all. I will just play some because we all listening to it. I will just play some, and then we can all just have our bit and pieces in.
My top priorities. In recent days, concerns have emerged as a result of development along parts of our shared border in the Salamba area, Foya District, Lufa County. These developments have understandably attracted not only our attention of our citizens living in the border community, but also being sensitive to the opinion of wider Liberian public. I want to
stop here, and I know we all listening to it to have our take on this. We've been joined by our brother Roland from Liberia. Roland, welcome. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good evening. I do appreciate you for bringing me, and many thanks to all of your panelists as well.
Welcome, Roland.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
thank you. them.
Yeah, so I want to start with our brother Roland, since he is here. I'm very sure, Roland, you're listening to Mr. Boyka address to the nation in this whole saga where people are confused. People are leaving from one area of Lofa to another area of fear. There are uncertainties, all over the place. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen the next day. A Liberian citizen was shot right at that particular place. For me, I refer to that as an insurgency where people leave from somewhere else and just bump into our nation. And at the end of the day, we are seeing that they continue to occupy that place, thinking that the president will be able to reassure his people, will be able to give them guarantee when listening to the speech of the president. My brother Roland, let me hear from you. You think the speech of the president, it has the ingredients to reassure the people? You think the speech of the president was a speech that rekindled that spirit of patriotism in the people? You think that speech reassured the people that the government is able to be able to resolve this issue? Let's hear from you relative to the speech. You can, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, and I appreciate you for the discussion as well. But to admit the fact the speech didn't come down in a situation that what people expected to hear from the president. That was a pre-recorded video that was done by Dan Rather, and there was a lot of things that even people are saying concerning that pre-recorded video, and everything that was said by the Minister of Information was all said in that same pre-recorded video. So what kinds of changes were made, or what kinds of statements that were made that were different from what the Minister of Information said? So these are things that we should look at critically. When they came from Guinea, on a president who always traveled to another country on the basis of diplomatic, and also starting another country over Liberia, and also having a bilateral relationship. But here it says that you just came from a neighboring country. After you return the same day, the next day, you have the army coming back again into your land. So where is the the diplomatics and also the bilateral relationship that you always goes to country to settle with Liberia as well? So it also questioned the president. The next aspect is that the president do not want to make this clear to the Liberian people that the land has been given to the Guineans. Let's be real. Let's be real. You have Guinean security who already crossed to Liberia and occupy the land and said that it is for them. That is 800 meters into Liberian land. It is for them. And as we speak right now, this is where they are situated. They are already drawn line with the Liberian security, telling them where to stop as well. And today, yesterday, you have the IG of the police going there, but only to stop to the custom, not to reach to the border, to the water side, and then coming back like a show eater. So that shows that the government is not even ready to even be able to go into extra mile, but saying that they are having some diplomatic efforts to be made as well. It's still question the government when it comes to the bilateral relationship that they have been settling with other countries that we do not have any other issue with. Most especially countries that we have issue with. So that statement that came from the president, I think that the statement was not strong enough to put fear more into the Guineans and let them know that we are country on our own. But the statement was just made because it is something that I've been parading for over 3 days, and they pre-recorded that stuff, and it is there to play to the Liberian people. The next aspect of that is that, have we investigated who are those people who own the BK enterprise that were mining on the river? The next aspect is that, was it the right way to do a business or to have a mining process on a river that is serving as a boundary between two countries? The next aspect is that, who gave them the permission to also carry on mining in that particular place? Third, what have been taken from that river? What have it been used for? Is it for the $10 million home that was built by Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai in Lofa County, or it was used for different purposes? These are critical points that people are raising. And if this was somebody from the opposition community, then investigation have been launched. Then by this time, we're talking about a certain group of people either being maybe in custody or a certain group of people because of causing conflict between two countries, then the government are taking a stand. But reason being that certain people who also in the government as a key government official are masterminded for the particular conflict, and they are the one who are the heavy hand behind the company. So the government is taking like a likelihood when it comes to settling the dispute and not even want to bring out those people to book. So for me, the statement that came from the president was now a strong statement. They didn't calm down any situation at that particular place because the Guineans are already drawn their line that this is where you're supposed to be as Liberian, and this is where we are too. If you want to do anything, you have to call from our regional post so that they can give all the authority to leave the place. Other than that, we cannot leave this place. It is why it is. That's why you see none of our security at the borders there.
Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so very much. Let's hear from our brother Jake. My brother Jake, on this particular issue, you listening to the speech of the president. Is this particular speech, is it encouraging? Can you trust it? I mean, as a Liberian, this 10-minute speech, can analyze it for us, sir? Let's hear from you.
Praise. Yeah, praise. Praise, let me say something to you people. It's not a main issue here for me. I'll be honest to the followers on the platform here. The main issue I will go into it later on that I come into expose and later on you will salute the follower will salute me. So for me, I am Joseph Boakai Baya. So wherever the Lufian do there, whatever they do there, that are business. So for me, I will not dive too much into. I'll be honest to the platform here. I will not dive too much into it because the Liberian people make that decision. They voted Joseph Boakai in. So Dumuya don't have respect for Joseph Boakai. If you look at the Pape's speech, he never see first of all he was dishonest to the Liberian people. He didn't tell all the main reason why Guinea crossed the country. It's a pay for play. A prime minister involved into money business. He tell the Liberian people nothing. The United Party let to lie. They came to power through lie. If you listen to the president's message, why they invaded us? Why they crossed the border? He said anything. He went to Guinea. What are you reason he went to Guinea for? Why you telling them why the Guinea? Why on a job where the Guinea people not come down there? Let me tell you something quick. It's easy. It's very easy. A city hall was built in 4 years. Thomas Farah, the former president, the government CDC, they use that same play, the new saying. From that same play, that saying they used to build the city hall in 4 years. It came from that same play. Why Dumuya attack George Weah? They built that scene, they used that same saying to build a 4-year mansion, but what beyond the saying. So that why Guinea say no, you come here. It will have this, it will get in the territory on one side. You can't kind of be money or be doing crazy thing here. We see the thing is clear. They see that equipment. It's about money something. So nothing else. A level the people are local country. So we're gonna take 2 minutes on the thing here. For me, like hey.
So thank you. You just raised a very important point that even Francis Sakila Nyimale said when he appeared in the house. And before we go to our brother Leo, I want to play this clip. What you said, Francis Sakila Nyimale said it. For the past 100 years, people have been money. Let's play this. Thank you. Let's play this, my people. Hear this, man. This is the man who is in the controversy. He has a share in that BK enterprise that he's refusing. But I want you to listen to him. Just listen to him.
The laws are clear. We are not supposed to be a part of or own any institution that has to do with the management or the extraction of minerals of our country. I am not a part. The Senate can launch its investigation. If we found out that Nyimale is responsible not only for FOIA, but for mining any part of this country, let me be prosecuted. Now then I'll lose my job. I know nothing about anything called mining. What I do know is that I'm aware that for the past 100 years now, even before I was born, the people of Foya mine sand in the river of Makona.
I want to stop right here, my brother Jake. You just opened another different web altogether. My brother Leo, this is the Internal Affairs Minister telling us for the past 100 years, even before he was born, and people have been mining sand. But we have never had a situation where Guineans send their special forces, send helicopter, use sniper to even shoot at our people. My brother Leo, let's hear from you. This is revealing. This is too much thing that have been revealed to us just now. Let's hear from you, sir.
Again, Prince, look, listen, back to that speech for a few seconds there. Look, Waka has been stage managed for a president or sitting president whose country is at war. Oh yes, I call it war. To have not had the bravery or the mind in a real time set before his country when the people will need to hear from him the most, they went and did cut and paste. And then he recited a recitation to the Liberian people. Waka couldn't face the people in real time. You see, Waka's government is being run by Stanton Waterspoon. Again, whenever those guys cry on the platform, oh, the president got to speak, the national anthem need to be played. That's when they will do those things. The president is not running the country. Boakai keeps lying to the people of Liberia. Boakai does not respect the people of Liberia. And I know why. Boakai has nowhere to carry the country. Boakai is not popular. Boakai is not known. Oh, Doumbouya does not respect our president. With all respect to him, that nonsense wouldn't have happened under His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah. That wouldn't have happened. But Boakai is not respected. Why you think Her Excellency, the political Maradona of our country at the time, would not have introduced this guy to any other president? Better yet, he said, I was a parker. Let me tell you what happened in that room. When he and Mara Bio met with Doumbouya. You know, President Boakai, when I'm speaking, when I'm talking, Mara Bio was talking in place of him. He spoke to Mara Bio exactly what he wanted to be said to Doumbouya. The president was saying, yeah, the both countries are brother and sister, we want peace. And then Mara Bio was making a case as to why the two countries, our three countries, shouldn't go be at a loggerhead because of land. Boakai did not say anything. He sat there complacently, drank a late juice the game. When it was done, all was said and done, Doumbouya held his hand because the paper was going to fall again. So Boakai just took a trip to cover face, but we know what's happening here. Boakai never went there to go say, oh, you don't bring your men to the border. Boakai is doing business with these people. Boakai is taking the Liberian the resources and benefiting himself. I listen to Jimale talking on there. How will you be prosecuted when it's your government running? When they have gone all over to try to seal all the loopholes. My brother, our country is in what we call deep waters. And Doumbouya has not relent. This is just the beginning.
Thank you. You know, what is concerning to me is that this man said for 100+ years. And thank you, Jake, for just raising that up. People have been mining there. It's not the first time. Almost all of the major pavement or almost all of the major infrastructure in that particular parts of Liberia, people went to that particular area to mine sand. There has not been issue. Like you said, the building of the Foya, how you call, or City Hall, and so many other areas, they've been taking sand from down there. We experienced no issue. There have not been any kind of people crossing. In fact, during the most difficult time of Guinea, the time Guinea could not even hear, the time Doumbouya hear, somebody will say he was Fakao. At that time, he was not elected government. He was that was a junta at that time. They were doing their own thing. In fact, they said they didn't want to have nothing to do with ECOWAS at the time. It was the time this development was going on, or they were going on. And we did not see any issue of the people saying, no, you can use the water. That's when, in fact, they should even be more unreasonable because they were in what we call a defensive move. They were a junta. And they said they wanted to be part of ECOWAS and the rest of it. But to see in this normal time where the man is elected, I think from all indication, Joseph Newman Boyka lies about this issue of diplomacy has been exposed. Nobody will discuss diplomacy without showing your strength. It's not possible. Don't come play that kind of fun with us. I'll give you an example. When the United States is engaging into any, whether it be a bilateral or whatever engagement, the first thing she show before entering that particular dialogue is her strength. That's what she shows. To tell you that, look, why it is true I'm coming here for us to discuss, it doesn't mean that I do not have the might to be able to protect my interests. It's all over the place. That line, people can be like, oh, you know, that diplomacy, so that one may, you know, people will not go there, and I will not go there. This is a blatant lie. In fact, when people are engaged in the diplomatic, how you call, arena, it's when every side will want to show force to tell you that, look, while it is true that I come on board with diplomacy, but don't think that I am weak. I am able to equally defend myself if any nonsense happens. We are seeing it around the world. For example, you know, it's no means to bring this in, and I don't want to bring this in because, you know, our platform. But when nations around the world, when they are going for peace talk, you know what they do? They display their strength. We saw it with Israel. Recently, we saw it with Israel and the Palestinian things that are happening around the world, even with the Russia and the Ukraine. When these people are talking, okay, let's go to the peace table to go and sit down, you see what is happening. They are displaying their military might. They are displaying how capable they are, that if and only if the diplomacy ain't work, don't think that you will come and walk over us. Don't think that you will come and just have your way and we sit down and just fold our arms. So people who say, oh, that diplomacy, I mean, people not will be there. Oh, the other people else will be there. You are dead lying. Because we know what we're talking about. We've been there. When we are, yes, sir.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Even the small Ukraine, right? The day Trump called for peace talk between between Putin and the Ukrainian president. I mean, between Putin, that same morning, you know what Ukraine did?
Between Putin and Zelensky.
Ukraine, Zelensky sent 300 drones while getting ready to go for that peace talk to serve as a deterrent. Not because you're bigger than me. I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to this peace talk. But everything I'm doing now, if the peace don't go the way it's supposed to go, I'm going to serve as deterrent. I just want to add that there. So,
let's just take 30 minutes on this, and I want to ask this question. I will go before we go to the next issue. My brother,
no, ask Frank now. Ask Frank too. That's Frank free about 2 minutes. 2 minutes now.
You haven't? Oh, sorry, Frank. Go ahead. Go ahead, Frank. Sorry. I'm sorry. I want to, before you go ahead, I want to welcome my own mother. She's doing well there in New Hampshire. You know, our own mother, Orita Topa. She's a very great organizer trying to put citizens together in that particular state. I want to salute you, Mama. You and Ma Victoria, you and Ma Nora, you guys are doing well in that particular state. I want to salute you guys. We've been talking and it's great. Thank you so much. Women are now taking the center stage. So thank you so much, Ma Rita, for putting our people together. Yeah, my brother Frank. I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry, Frank.
Thank you. You know, I would just paraphrase, you know, some of the words that this president said about the border. So I'm going to paraphrase it, right? He said, our border have been invaded. Our border have been under siege. And, you know, our people are displaced. Let me say this. Does Boyka understand what a border is? Does Boyka understand what a border is? You see, the president's speech or recording have no substance in it. Look how he's even reading. He's weak. It's like he's dead. No life in him. No strength in him. That's a sign of defeat right there. Let me say this. Liberian. It makes no sense for Boyka to go Guinea. It makes no sense. In fact, Boyka should have taken his case to AU. Boyka should have taken his case to ECOWAS. for the Guinean army to come to Liberia and then pull down a Liberian flag on a Liberian soil. That's an invasion right there. That's an attack on our sovereignty with your military. And not only that, your military came and shoot at your civilian, your citizens, and wound out one of them to the extent this person is in the hospital. And then the Guinean president called you. You got in flight or you got in car and went to him. Who's supposed to go to their friend? Who's supposed to go to their friend call? Forget about whether you are even digging money or you are digging gold. But first of all, they approached the Guinean talk. It was wrong. Let us be frank. So this is what the president is supposed to send. Because even if the Guineans have come to Mansen or to their gold or mineral on a Liberian side or on a river, I don't think the Liberian army will go to Guinea and pull down a Guinean flag and then shoot at their citizens, shoot at them. And then you think the Guinean will take a life. This case you are going to AU and to ECOWAS, right? Let the Guinean president come and answer question, because the first thing here is you invaded our privacy by putting the flag down. That's a disrespect. That's how you declare war right there. Not only put the flag down, but you shot at a civilian, not in military, not in uniform, and do not have gun to come to you where you shot at them and they're in the hospital. And I have never seen the president talking about that. I have never seen the media talking about that. I have never seen the educated people talking about that. You know? And then when we talk about this, there are people in the corridor who are saying we are not patriotic enough because we are not on our country's side. No, let me be clear with this. Let me be clear with this. We are speaking the obvious, and we are costing the educator. We are costing your degree. We are costing your PhD, your master's degree. We are also costing your 47-year experience. Bucket. These are the things we are costing. So just because we are asking you, just because we are asking you to be clear to us, just because we are asking you to come out with statements so that we can understand, that doesn't mean we are not patriot. In fact, we are patriot, and that is why we are asking you to be transparent to us. We are not corrupt. That is why we are not just going by the wind. That is why we are not just agreeing with you. Yes, the Guineans are right for the action they took because they have to take action. But in doing that, they violated the right as well. So what is lost in? We are not seeing the president talking about that. Liberians are displaced in Wofa County. They are farm. They are home. They no longer go there. And the president is not talking about that. And then come and talk about our border have been invaded. To the extent, let me say this. To the extent, the Liberian soldier, you know, the last time we said this issue have exposed Liberian weakness. I watched a video where the journalist is saying the Guinean army are on a Liberian sword. On a siege, they siege a Liberian sword. And then they are saying, I think it was the military out there, the Liberian military telling the journalists, do not go there. I mean, on a Liberian sword, and the Liberian army or authority or what they call it force are afraid to engage the Guinean military on a Liberian sword.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother, Roland that's in Liberia will come to Jake. But we saw, my brother Roland, we saw the police, before we go to our brother Jake, we saw the police going at the border. Saw Gregory Como, as usual, Gelly Como, with his television crew. That boy is a serial content creator. We saw him with television crew. He gets on a team, he gets on a new motorcyclist that they not get on a helmet to. He went there, and we saw the pong and pageantry, display around that place. My brother Roland, you are in Liberia. Today it is Guinea and Liberia at the Lofa border. Nimba County also has a significant, border point with Guinea. What is the fear of Liberians with these things that is happening And instead of the military going there, and I will give you some information here about what we are getting from the military, we are seeing police officers going there, Gele Common with camera crew going do a usual content, creating stuff there. What are Liberians saying from on the ground? Let's hear from you, sir, especially from Guinea. That you guys share common border, people from Guinea come to Lofa, Nimba, and just like that. What are the people fear? What are you hearing, sir?
Okay, thank you very much. And the Liberians people are actually concerned as to what is happening because there is a test to the government, and when it is accepted, it means that they're going to go around all of the border. When this is accepted, it means that they're going to go all around the border because it means that the Guinea is going to also look at the St. John River. It's also serving as a boundary between Nima County and Guinea as well on that side. So it means that they're going to come at the river bank to Nima County way and also clean that entire place and say it's also for them looking at that entire St. John Bank. So there is the first test and starting with Lofa County, and it has been caused by a government official, and the government do not want to recognize that. And the second aspect of it is that there's an issue where you see you have your most especially a border issue. There is no crossing point. Like I said again, there is no crossing point. I cross in different five crossing points to go to Guinea. And any of all of the crossing points, they always have the army personnel there. Most especially the most recognized crossing point, they have all of the army personnel at the very crossing point, and they are well armed at that crossing point. Only Liberia that we are so diplomatic that we don't even assign our army at the very crossing point to admit the fact. Even right here, Ganda border, you will not see AFS sitting at the Ganda border. But once you cross the border, you go to Guinea side, you will see the army sitting down there with armed, well armed. And the photo aware that is a point as well that people are using. And the aspect of police going to that area, what people come out to go do that again? The very first thing, the border patrol went there with well armed. They were not accepted. The second aspect, the ERU went there, the PSU went there, they were not accepted. Then you as a police RG, he didn't even reach at the river bank. He didn't reach at the river bank. He only stopped to the custom. Because from the custom to the river bank, there's a distance. So he only stopped to the custom. What caused him not to go to the river bank? So he only went to show let me just go and make a story that my personal affair I went there. The very first thing is that we should recognize this. According to information, the government has released something that 6 to 7 million adults. So everybody wants to be particular that 6 to 7 million adults. Imagine just few days, the tension at that border. Corruption scheme is somewhere hanging around the government, hanging around certain officials. So the money that has been dished, everyone of them just want to go there and just be part of the process and dish the money. That's the reason why you're seeing that. The appropriate people that are supposed to be there, they are not there. Why the army are not assigned to that particular custom? Also for Liberians to recognize that at least we got people on the ground.
Thank you so much. My brother Jake, let's hear from you on this. Let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, and to the respect again and to the followers. But let me let you hear it straight forward. And let you sugarcoat nothing. Prince, let me tell you, I put the politics out of this one here. Guinean dream to attack us. Let me tell you, your leader other thing. Guinean dreaming to attack. Let me tell you, I just pay for play. That happen. The thing already explained. I get a similar out there with Gongo. Tell Gongo said, if the president not transferring to the Liberian people, he should be impeached. I causing all the problem concerning Guinea. Let me tell you something. You forget about how Guinea attacking Liberia. Guinea not dreaming. We get Allah too. Listen to me. Guinea not dreaming. Dumbuya get into power. You think Dumbuya too want to destabilize country? Dumbuya know the history of Liberia, a reality. Dumbuya know the history of Liberia. When they Dumbuya declare war on Liberia, it will be one of the bluff by in the whole West African region. Nobody put it on a fire. It will not be easy. So Dumbuya is not dreaming, not in politics. Let me say something here, Prince. Something I talk on a whole episode. All the thing I've been saying to Liberian people about 2029, God just revealed in our country where no, I know him. I was sleep or told him, man. Jeremiah appeared when Harley, Mika, so they're going to it's 1 minute, maybe you'll play the video. I said, my greatest fear, and I'm about Guinea, no, it's about Liberia 2029. Let me, maybe you'll play the video. That God revealed it, Jeremiah appeared, information minister. I know when he was thinking, you know, when the people were, they want to hold on to power, God will reveal them. Prince, I'm a whistleblower. Let me get to the point. You will play that video. Follow us. When the thing was going on, Jeremiah Pierre come the podium, you were angry. Let me tell followers something here. When the president took power newly, he said something to the Liberian people. Jota Yimapwaga, there's a video. Jota Baga said people should register gun in the country. I flag here. I said 2029 will be slim. They will never want to relinquish power. They're doing everything possible. Then he said everybody will register gun. Who the gun will be in the hand? They're going to be in the hand of the Unity Party. Then when in a video, Jeremiah Pierre said something. He said, oh, you're downplaying the thing. You're wanting that war will come. You're going to come to always get your guns to go to the border. Who want for the war? Who want for Guinea? Will share gun with you. Let me tell you something, Prince. If you look at the police RG, with a whole police, the military not involved. So heavy military machinery they get. The more to come, 2029, they're breaking in more guns already in the country. Guns all, look at the protests in the country. You can see sophisticated national police acting the military. The same protest. Go back to that video. That is my fear. This is my question to the CDC now. They must carry the video to George Weah. I agree. The people don't want to release their power. So the amount of arm that will lay in our country by 2027, 2027, they will say, yeah, one Jeff from Euro said a long time ago, they've been pushing on the thing here. You think the United Party won't relinquish power? Country that's suffering. We have food to eat. We spend almost $300 million to import for goods and services. They're not talking about the bread and butter issue anymore. They're not talking about development. They won't get grace on power. They're talking about breaking arms. The arms that come into that country from Turkey and other places. It's so scary. Who the arm will be in their hand? So are them. I just put in the outside there. You can play that video. You will know what Jeremiah Pierre said. It's scary. It's scary to the hierarchy of CDC. It's very, very scary. We'll get your guns to go to the border. The mayor, her family, not in Liberia. All the family. Let me tell you something where you don't know in the country. All the people in the executive branch of government, all of their family also. All of them also. Anything they can trust our country because why they fear George Weah. That's the Indian man sinning. I'll repeat that thing over and over, but you know, CDC the poor blind here to it. And left with them, but play a video that I'm not talking about Guinea story. I talk about how we subdue Liberia within that country. That what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Guinea. No, you're getting a time. Listen to the video. Yo, again, what was saying here?
We have not been.
Let's play this video.
Involved in the business of publicly attempting to adjudicate the reason for this Muslim approach. So the question you're asking about whose money, who doing this, what they read this, what history on this instrument, I'm not sure it's for him. So we can't answer that question because it's not necessary. You cannot be having a crisis situation that you're trying to manage. And you come on a platform and try to debate or argue what led to this, who's right, who's wrong. I mean, that's what I kind of question try to portray, and I'm not sure whether it would be a procedure.
Yeah, let me play. I think it's not in this, it's in the second
Yeah,
one.
play the part where he said,
Yeah,
if
when
you
he
want to
said,
go to the border to fight with your drones.
yeah, so I think I
That
supposed
the
to
part, and the part that bring my capture. You want to capture all our speeches. No, I need that thing.
yeah, I
He,
think,
I
but
said, he
let's
let
go.
it out of the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, pushing them
let's go.
emotion.
Let's take another 30 seconds before we go. I will get that video. I will play the video. Let's
Okay,
take
yeah.
another 30 seconds. My brother Leo, in this situation where we should have a full defense, something is happening. I said it here the last time, I will say it here again. The military people are not excited. The first thing the guys are saying is that Fuller, who is the chief of staff, want to handle the army as if it is Joseph Numa Boyka personal property. The first thing the guys are complaining is, before going for that particular protest, the protest they had talking about their, their incentive, the livelihood and stuff like that. The conditions were deteriorating, giving bunker to more than 2-3 family heads to share. There's no privacy, nothing at the camp, and etc. When they raised those issues, we saw what happened. Joseph Numa Boyka downplayed it and said, "We see what to do." According to our sources in the army, the guys are saying that up to now, the only thing that is happening is the guys say, in fact, all of the Lufians or those how you call kissy boy or those boys that are close to Joseph Numa Boyka, they are giving them now higher positions. They are giving them a higher position, allowing them to lead higher command within the army. These people budgets are on time. Those higher ups. Unfortunately, they who are the honor men, they who are at the front of these things, they've been ignored. A guy was telling me, he said, "Look, my brother, for now, maybe you people will hear it later. We cannot go." I said it here the last time. He said, "We can't go and die for an individual. We can't go and leave our family and go and sit down in bush because of individual. You go mine, diamond on the people water." All along, we've been around that particular era. Not a single day that we have heard any noise from out of Guinea or from Liberia. You just like Numa Boyka told, or you go man the people mineral, or you go man mineral there clandestinely. Then you want us to go there when you people are not even catering to us. The guy said in all of the ministries, they get money that they say intelligent money. But look at what is happening to us, the military. When you go to the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Fair Tourism, they get huge money there for they call it intelligence, media intelligence. When you go to the how you call it, Ministry of Youth and Sports, they also get intelligent money there. When you go to Ministry of Justice, they get intelligent money. All over they have intelligent money. But at the end of the day, the military personnel are being let down. Don't even have how you call equipment. I mean, modern equipment that other people are using. We still using how you call it a 1990 AK-47 and other thing. What other people are using modern weapons. But Gregory Como, who is now the darling boy, is now taking over. And the guy was telling me, say, Gregory Como is now taking over. The last time the man was the minister of how you call transport, he was beating people so that they can give LTMI the opportunity. The last time we saw him, he said he wants some people driver license. He police director. He everything now. He now turned to a border patrol now. I say, what can we do? We are seeing it. It's like Joseph Numa Boyka is localizing and trying to make the government to be like his own. Nepotism has taken over, and we cannot risk our life for this kind of nonsense. That's not what we took oath for. We took oath to defend the country and not to defend individual company. My brother Leo, let's hear from you from this. Listening to Jeremy Pia, listening to all that's going on. Let's hear from you, sir.
No, I'm not surprised by Pia's remark. Pia has always found a way to disrespect the Liberian people. But we all said it here a couple of episodes ago that when the president said all Liberians should go get the license to hold arm, like Jake said, a license, even the Fulani guys that were in the country. Now, guys, I want you to keep going back. Few weeks ago, Fulani men in all over Monrovia. Then we saw what the episodes at the border. But the truth of the matter here is, the fact of the matter, can you hear me?
Yeah, we are getting you loud and clear. Yeah,
The
you are
fact
loud.
of the matter here is that AFL is underfunded. AFL is not equipped. AFL stand no chance, and Jake, I know you will not be satisfied with me on this. AFL stand no chance against the Guinean army right now. In terms of deployment to deployment, AFL stand no chance. Up until they show that, I wouldn't want to advise them. I wouldn't want to. AFL is underfunded. Look, even rooms for those guys to speak in Greece. BTC, that place, even a room. You got the roof all leaking. Talk about the renovated, the re-renovated one. Look, when the guys come up and say what's going on with them, you feel sorry for your country's military. It's poor. The guys are underfunded. The guys are. It's bad, man. I can't even. We all said it. Share a cup of rice in a modern day, 21st century. Police people are meant to. Army people are meant to share a cup of rice among them. Now the people you want to put against or junta military or that's waiting to destabilize the whole Western region. At this stage in time, in Liberia, the center police is well equipped than the AFL. Oh, newsflash! We saw the arms and ammunition that they got brandished when Gregory Comer came out. When they came out with a few police cars that went to the country. The only fighting force that can happen between two forces in Liberia is the AFL well equipped to beat Liberian police. And then the Liberian police are equipped to go stand to the border and can I even go to the Guinean side. AFL will not go there. I will not waste my energy on that. But I'm waiting to have that conversation with anybody. AFL is not ready for Guinea.
Thank you, my brother. Just the Liberian army were equipped to beat the police were equipped to be citizens. So,
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. So my brother, let's hear from you. 30 seconds, Roland, before we move to our next topic, as we climax on this issue.
yeah, so thank you for me. My closing point here is that all right.
Now that friend toy Prince, that friend toy 2 minutes and 1 minute.
Going to another. Going to another. Yeah, we just want to close on this issue. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, my closing point is that with everything that Doumbouya is doing, the president of Guinea is doing, he's not doing it alone. Let's understand this. He's not actually doing it alone. So there are some maybe strong information that he's also getting as well. Why you think that he went several and did the same thing in several and even took close to 15 men and carried them into Zedeko, into Conakry, and they have to go and free those people and bring them back. So any attempt by any of our people to that border, they will cross with them very soon. And seriously, I'm telling you, and as we speak, they are even telling us that there are some snappers that are also mounted to that place. So it means that the guys are already prepared, they are ready. And since they hand over the flag to them, they are not returned that flag back. So that signals something. It means that they were prepared for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years and know that place is for them. Normally, what they've been observing that people have been mining to that place and doing some things, but this time around, since they notice that there's a minimum in that place that certain group of people are taking, then they are not getting what they're supposed to get to. They may like to see it like a day respect to them too and decide to claim that place. But it is not 1 year or it is not 1 month. They didn't just work on and just say, yeah, let's just go do it. But it's a plan team. So Liberians too, we ourselves too, we should stand and be able to invest more into our military as well. But the president should be able to bring to those people to book. Somebody shouldn't just go stand in the house of Senate and just say, yeah, I swear, and these are all the mistakes that they have been making. It is a rightful time to correct it. But this is what happened. Let me conclude with this. This is what happened when you provoke certain group of people. You say the worst thing about them, and then when the position is given to you, this is what happened at time. God say go and do it. Saying say you are well equipped, you can do it. You got experience, 40+ year experience. Where is the 40+ year experience that we are not seeing the changes? So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my brother Jake, just 30 seconds. Close on this.
Frank.
Oh, sorry, Frank. Yeah, before we go to the next.
So I have two aspects. So the first one I would go with, what Leo was saying about the Guinean military. To be frank, I don't think Liberia, right, can fight the Guinean military right now. They are prepared. Number one, the Guinean military have actually air force, and I don't think Liberia even have air force Forget about the ground force, right? I mean, ground force, if we have equipment, we can try. But Liberia does not even have air force, and Guinea have air force. And I know what you were talking about, we have Allah. I mean, I understand we got America, but this is not just an area where America will just wake up, just give arm. If even we are to get in war with Guinea, Guinea already have their arm, they already prepared. So America will not just wake up and just take arm and just give it to Liberia. In the first place, America do business. We have to buy it and stuff, right? But and I don't think Bouakai is ready right now to even spend on arm and things. And you said something way more into it, right? About the police. The truth here is, right, what you said, it is true. The Bouakai administration is actually empowering the police and not the army. Because election term, it is not the army that will be out. It is the police that will be out to intimidate citizens as they are doing right now. So that is why they are equipping, they are empowering the police, and we can mauling weapons with the police and things to intimidate Liberian. And there's something also said about Bouakai saying that, right, Liberians to have arm, and when he came out with that act to pass a thing for Liberians to get armed to protect themselves and things. As we discuss these things, right, the reason why Bouakai said that, I think one of the reasons why he said that, Bouakai know that the supporter of President Weah, the follower of CDC, the believer of President Weah, even if they have arm, they will never come out to fight. And that is why we start doing the election. Even to the extent when UP partisans were killing the CDC partisan or believer of CDC or President Josh Mane Weah, still CDC did not take out, and CDC did not do anything to retaliate. It was Bouakai UP partisan that was killing Liberian. So the issue here is, Bouakai said that, right, even if Liberians have their own arm to protect themselves and think,
this machine is here for sale.
Will come out to run behind Liberian.
This is the reason why we want to communicate to them and tell them that
the reason why they are empowering the police is actually for
the Guinea.
Wow. Thank you so very kindly. The next issue here, my brother, is concerning, is serious. We continue to talk about this, and we'll continue to talk about it. The issue of rape, the issue of sodomizing our boys is becoming so common in Liberia. There is a video here we're going to play, and we will analyze this. But from information that we are gathering, Peter Bone Jala, the guy who sodomized the 16-year-old boy, according to the information, that case have not gone before the court to be heard, and that he will either be acquitted or he will be charged and face justice. According to what we are gathering, Peter Bone Jala is using some friends and colleagues to talk to the family. According to the information, the last time, about 2 weeks ago, someone went there from Peter Bone Jala, or Cycle, and offered the family 6,000 United States dollars and said they were going to take the boy from Liberia to send him to Ghana for proper medical attention. We are concerned, and I will start this with Roland, who's in Liberia. We are concerned. All of these rape cases, they are yet to be fully adjudicated. At the end of the day, we are seeing that the whole thing is just lying there. They just take out a case and just put it down. We're running after Bodo, running after this, and running after that. While these guys are trying to manipulate the system so they can be able to get their way through. Before you answer this, my brother, or before we hear from you, there is a police officer. Imagine a police officer who was arrested, who was involved in another rape case. But let me play this, and then you will come in. There he is. Here he is. He was arrested. This identical police officer he was arrested in Grand Bassa County for, allegedly raping somebody. According to the information, a 17-year-old girl was raped. 17 years old girl was raped. According to the information that we're gathering here, he said a man went, I know what he took, and he damaged the girl, damaged the lady. My brother Roland, let's hear from you. Why is it that these things are being covered by this government? And it's like, nobody get time for it. Our man, how you call him, say, J. Brian McGee from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, they gain certificate, police get a man certificate, say, my man, you're free. Go ahead. The man now with Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Joseph Nima Boyka office. What is going on? And we continue to hear of this rape. And the Ministry of Gender, we are yet to even hear anything from them. Let's hear from you, my brother.
Yeah, okay, thank you again. The first thing that established that before the election, there's a recording that came out from one prophet. And the prophet make it clear to Liberians and said, if you people made Ambassador Joseph Nima Boyka to become president, calamity will fall Liberia. And there'll be a lot of difficulties that will come in Liberia. The rich will suffer, the poor will suffer, the Irishman will suffer. So if you look at what that man said, and we still have the video, if you look at what that man said, this is what happening right now in Liberia. The rich is experiencing that, the poor is also experiencing that, the Middle East are also experiencing that. Now, rape case started with the government. During our administration, we didn't see this in the government. Government officials being involved into a rape issues, and at the end of the day, people saying that go to the UN embassy and then look for how do you call it a DNA machine to be able to test the girl. How many persons are you happening to in Liberia? How many common men are you happening to in Liberia? They are not happening. By the time someone will hear say somebody from the community rape, they take you straight to the police station, from the police station to court, from the court to prison. But it happened to a government official. He was not arrested, and the police RG said, "We're going to the asking the UN embassy to give us their machine." Now the question to the police RG is, which type of machine you use before you can give the man a clearance? Now that case went free. Another guy again from the agriculture ministry, in that same month again, rape another 12-year-old girl. What happened again up to now? That one passed. Somebody again from the NSA. Now not only one, there were 3 persons that saw them as our boy. Today, the boy is at the hospital, and other people will not know their whereabouts in the country. What stand is the government taking? What has the government said? What gender ministry has said? What the Ministry of Youth and Sport has said about the young people that are taking mass? Today, we're not hearing anything about them. Now it is coming down to the police. The police are people who are supposed to be enforcing the law. They are the one who causing the major problem in the communities. Because what? Some of them feel that they got people working in the government, or maybe they got certain position, or they seen it from the national executive people that they are committing the act and nothing happening to them. So since nothing happening to them, someone can want them to commit the act, and at the end of the day, going to go scot-free. The next aspect is that there is no freedom of speech. There is no freedom of expression now in Liberia. People are not having the way the constitution was respected. People used to go outside there and have a protest and say, stop this, stop that. It is not happening under this particular administration. But yesterday, the opportunity was given to Ambassador Joseph Nima Boyka to protest and have a verse being out there. But today, it's not given to people. So for me, I see that Liberians are actually going through a lot. So for me, my message to people is take care of your girls, children. Don't allow those people to come closer to your house. Don't allow them to come closer to your fence. They are not protecting you in totality, but rather what you have in your fence is what they are coming after. After that, they just use their position, the government, to close them up. So why you give the man a position when you have stigma on him? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, they said it may have been clear. It's time to give him certificate now. I don't know whether all the people who were involved in alleged rape case, when they take them from prison, whether they can get a certificate. But well, that is it. Let's hear from you, my brother Frank, on this issue of rape. It's increasing. There is a police officer again. I don't know. They got it. I don't know what they on, but let's hear from you, my brother.
I mean, thank you so much, Brother Prince. You see, the Bouaké government is a government of rapists. The entire government, they are rapists. And you see, the reason why this thing keep increasing is one thing. People who rape in our country are let go. That's just it. Are let go. And in fact, it is the police IG normally who will come out to say this person is not guilty, even while the investigation is going on. The victim is dead. The victim is calling out people's names. Victims are calling out people's names. Victims are saying, this is a person that did it to me. My uncle did it to me. This person did it to me. XYZ. Victims are alive. Victims are in the hospital. Victims are crying, are bleeding. And the police IG see it. But yet they come out to say, there's no evidence. It did not happen. The general ministry, they are saying nothing. What do you expect? These entities, these two entities, the police and the general ministry, these two entities are heavily involved in letting people go. What do you expect for this to be done? Somebody rape someone. Absolutely. Nothing will be done. And at the end, what that means is you are encouraging people to go and rape underage girls, to go and sodomize underage boys and things without their consent. That's just what it means. You are encouraging people to go do it. And that is why people have the brave mind to go do it, because it is a government of rapists that the president himself supports. Because after that, the president, the oldest head with that 47-year experience. And these are the things when we say they say you are not patriot. No, we are speaking of and we are questioning the experience of your president that you brought into power, the president that you campaigned for, because you said you want educated people, and that is what we are questioning. So that does not mean we are not patriot. We are patriot because we feel for that little girl. We are patriot because we feel for that little boy. We are patriot because we feel for the next child that is in line for you to go and put your teeth in your butt in his ass. And that is why we are patriot for, and that is why we sit here and criticize the government. That is why we sit here and talk about the government, because the government is incompetent to the need of the people. The government does not care what the people are crying for. And that is why we are here to speak, and we will continue to speak. No matter how you feel, it is a government of rapists that gave opportunity to rapists for people to continue to rape people's children.
Thank you so much. I know this is emotional, for you, my brother Frank. You share a very deep emotion with it. I know how it is when you speak on this kind of issue. I understand. It's heartbreaking. But again, let's just take it easy. Let's just take it easy with some of the languages. It's not really easy. When you're talking on these things, you get emotion. Sometimes you jump out of character. But let's hear from my brother Leo. My brother Leo, the last time it was this sudden, this labor was up to now, that is yet to go to court that this issue can start. A legal, another, it's just all around the place. Just hear from it. It's happening. Right? What is happening?
My brother Prince, and again, Frank, my brother Frank, I felt your passion. Seriously, I felt it when you were speaking. I felt like, yeah, this is coming from a man who really feels what's going on in our country when it comes to the issue of rape and sodomization. But Prince, our people, especially the youth of Liberia, are so vulnerable. One, these people are homeless. On the Bouaké, you have less than over 70,000 people that are homeless, Prince. People are shocking. People are living with families. So if you had a family of your own, another 6 family whose home was demolished, come to live with you, it's just 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, what's going to happen? So look, under this government, Prince, pastors are sodomizing and raping. Government officials are sodomizing and raping. Now, police officer has joined the bandwagon to rape and sodomize. Prince, our youth, we don't have younger generation to fall back to. We don't. Now, under this president, we don't. And these guys are doing it and going scot-free because they know that it's a ritualistic thing. It's a blood covenant that has been over our country. I keep saying this thing. Nothing just don't happen, Prince. It has to. We have a president who is not speaking. You think it's common? We have pastors sodomizing. You think it's common? Pastors are raping. You think it's common? Prince, I would like to end here because I felt when my brother friend was speaking, it really hit me. And I can go further to say something else because the future of our country is very dark, it's very bleak, and we just have to join those people that still wish the country well to pray. But I can't say much on this issue. It's bad.
Thank you. My brother Jake, let's hear from you on this. It's like, the government now, they say the other one not important. Let's just leave it. Let's hear from you.
Prince, I would take you and the follow-up back. All the rape case, the drugs case, the killing in the Republic of Liberia. Prince, you not call it spade or spade. Me, I don't shoot cocoa. All finger point to the Unity Party. Prince, let me remind you. Who are ruling the country when Georgia was in the Senate? Ellen Johnson said the Unity Party. Let me take the follow-up back. Y'all go to video. Prince, Georgia was senator. Georgia, you see the rape case, enforcing small girls started in the legislature. You remember how Georgia cared about the YFE today? He was in the Senate. You should see beautiful girls then going to the legislature begging. People sleeping with them. Facts. Reality. So when he assumed the presidency, he saw it. He said, but what are you going to come in here for? That he started a long time within it. As the Unity Party, they breed all these things that are happening, but we're pointing finger on the CDC. Let me tell you today, followers, you take on your political hat. We are all Liberians. That's the reality. So when he came to power, he said, nobody here will come to a legislature or government official. I will make wire. He tells somebody to you make wire free, you make education free. He saw all the violent thing that existed under the Unity Party. The Prince another calculated to the Unity Party, they smart. Prince, they can destroy the DNA machine, the Dallas machine. Let me tell you, because they want to no cover. Prince, I didn't just getting to you now. Why there's no DNA machine that Georgia brought first of its kind in the Republic of Liberia. Soon they left power. Why they destroy it? Let me tell Liberians here. On a piece of time, Georgia was champion for women right. Let me tell you, he get a war for women. Legenda ministry has heavily robust situation concerning women. They were cracking down on all rape victims in the country. All the CDC. That's what miracles and apparently there was also propaganda and lies. They were doing it. When they came to power, they destroyed the DNA machine. And fast here. What the DNA machine? They are the DNA machine in the country because they knew that act. They were there killing. When they, as a kill, then spiritual them will come with good flow more than the other people there. So morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, video on it, something. How they know about that death? To pin the government wrong. You take on your blank face and challenge a Unity Party. Let me tell you something today. I will talk on the platform here. I will talk at 2027. You listen to that video, you might watch the voice. 2027 to 2028. If Liberia will go back to that days, they will go back. When Georgia finished with the World Cup, he sit down in Liberia as a political government. Let me tell you, the Unity Party they feel the violence. They will see that. They will see what Liberia will tend to. I will tell Liberians here, they don't even know the radical side of George Weah. I will speak. If Georgia get angry, they put over 1 million people on the street. We will do Liberia like Kenya, Nairobi. And the United Party fee, they get guns, they get for the 3 or the 400 EPS soldiers in the EPS police in the whole country that are dislodged. The military split, the police split. You think the United Party with their guns, they can handle 1 million people? It will come to burn the whole Republic of Liberia will burn to ashes. We just jump in there, let's say the power. That power time will come. And reality I'm talking here, 2028, actually, it either make 2029 either make Liberia or it break Liberia. The way they proceeding, we finish calculating all that thing. But CDC hierarchy, 2028, at the time they will know who pour water in Kokino. Because they won't get grace on power. We're not, listen, friend, I won't go too deep into it. I won't go into, but everything that is they calculated, they destroy that DNA machine. The gender ministry is dead. Nyongli Kanka come from, she's a senator pro 10, the raping in Buchanan in Grand Bassa County. She can't get votes, they get one voice of women. Other than that were wearing a black clothes where they are today. All the so-called elite during Gloria Mutu's time. They in black clothes. They were only demeaning CDC and the government because they hate their own. But watch and see the thing we play. So, you know, I always say that everybody gets something to lose now in the Republic of Liberia. During that time, they building mansion, they're crazy, they're building property. And they might even dream, we know where all our family living in the Western world. I'll always tell them, all of their family living in the West, I know plenty of their family living in Europe yet. You try anybody on a family will come in, they play by a different breed, a different place. So, you know why I like the country? It will go to that, it will, what kind of will behave? Peaceful election will happen if the military not seize power. If they not seize power. A reality I'm talking on this show here. Time will come. The joy where you know, joy where weak. When you don't see joy where radical side, people that really know him, they will see a radical side. They come, the time will come. The time is ticking. It's coming. I will come into 2026, within 2027, 2027 will also be around the corner. So, friends, everything, they cause of everything in the Republic of Liberia, the rape, the drug, the killing, it was all on our watch. That's why they destroyed the DNA machine.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. This is scary. And you just revealed that. I am also getting concerned because imagine a nation that rape has become so, I mean, a common now. Let's just put it this way, the Liberian way. Rape is so common. And the government will not take any, somebody will say, proactive measure to be able to counter out this kind of evil that have been perpetrated by evil men. What will it take this government to be able to get the dialysis machine in the country, to be able to get the DNA machine in the country? Why is it taking so long? And nobody talking about it. Nobody. The police, in fact, if the police is even serious, the police should be the one even ensuring that that machine is purchased. Because most of the time, when you hear rape, the first thing the police will be contacted. When the police is contacted, they have to, you know, get all of their information, their facts, put it together before that individual is sent to court. So the police should even be the one that should be pushing for this particular DNA machine to be in the country. But for these people to sit down, they are in their third year, going to their fourth year, for them to sit down and continue to play politics out of this, it's sad. It's unfortunate. But this is it, my brother Jake. During the regime of President Weah, we had the Ukraine issue, like you said. There were all kind of scammages going around. But some of the things that President Weah was able to do was to what we call subsidize those importers. Like, for example, rice, in order to keep the price stable.
Yeah, $3 million.
President Weah called and said, my people, we understand you people are doing business. I'm not telling you to lose. I'm not also telling you that the government will come down hard on you. But let's meet at an equilibrium where the government can help you, you help the government, then our people benefit. And the president said, we'll put $3 million, like you said, into this so that it can help you to be able to serve as a cushion so you can be able to get some of your money back while you keep the rice price stable. That was the most, one would say, political tense era of our country history. You had also the coronavirus raging. We had a system where everything was down. It was during that corona period that President Weah was able to erect the 14 military hospital. Basically, when all of these things were going on, it did not stop President Weah's agenda for developing Liberia, for building infrastructure and carrying these things on. As we speak today, when the people ready, they say Ukraine war. This is the various prices of fuel across the country. Things have skyrocketed to the extent that now cold water, somebody will tell me, cold water preserve at $25. I say, what? Don't. So I was telling you, I said, you joking, I say, bring back. I finish with you. I finish talking. I was supposed to talk. I finish with you. The message now, the price of just cold water is so exorbitant to the extent that you can't even tell what is happening. Let me take this and see. Hello? I'm sorry. So look at these prices that you see here. The prices of things are very high. For example, fuel. And these are just the prices that government get. You must know Black D. You know in Liberia already we're looking like. In Banga Bon County, CBLC, you know, look, this is crazy. I hope our people seeing it. This is what we have here. This is it. I hope you're seeing it. Here is it. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry has announced the price of gasoline and fuel oil for rural counties effective the 20th of this month. They say in Bon County, gasoline and fuel, gasoline will be $4.87, and then the fuel will be $5.70. You call whatever cent. They say the increase by 26. A cent, 26 cents. But what I'm looking at here, my brother, if gas in, for example, this area, let's say in Banga, can be somewhere around $5. Let's just say $5. Now, what the government saying? I want you to tell us. Just envision Liberians how already we are. One government say we put $1 only. How our people can behave? What is going on with the Ministry of Commerce? We have seen that this Ministry of Commerce has absolutely no grip on the economy. These were the people who were condemning the previous government. Oh, no, nothing happening. The people, they are not competent. Oh, the people, they are not able. Now we are seeing it now. It's right here. My brother Jake, let me start from you. What are we seeing that the economy is getting difficult, very tough, and
Prince,
let's see what you say.
Prince, for me, it's laughable. I'm not going to dab in 18 years. All these things, the Unity Party. Prince, I feel forgetting we're coming in rainy season in the middle of April. Rainy season straight, leading us straight to October. And not only at 2027, when we're around 2027, and the year moving rapidly. 2 weeks from now, 1 week plus from now, we're in April. And for now, in the middle of April, that the rainy season. So all these things are distraction. Prince, since the 100-day flop of the Unity Party, everything tumbled upside down, nothing working for them. Prince, when I tell you, say, they have been blackballed, nothing working for the Unity Party's reality. Prince, the only thing I want to see the government doing now, because they don't talk about the bread and butter issue they used to nail job we are on. Because I don't even know what they call bread and butter issue. We say bread and butter, they'll buy a loaf of bread, they put butter inside, they said that all these things they're doing. Jeremiah PRC part, they will share gun in the country to go for a war. All these things, they get guns already in the country. So they don't know the bread and butter issue. The only thing I want to see, the only thing I want to see, you must just tell me, Leo friend, you must tell me when they're starting the project. They submit the old project. They submit the groundbreaking ceremony where you have the Jesse complex, where you broke ground. I just want to know. I told Choco the other day. I said, Choco, the day they start the project, you must go there in video. Since he broke ground, send the broke ground. I never see him developing a project. They start on a project here, but you went to the Georgia school to dedicate a school. He said, oh, the people said that yellow machine will eat, that the other one will eat, and now they will say they will eat. And during that Georgia time, they used to say, oh, well, anything will eat, anything will eat. The only thing I want to say, I want to see the president's signature project. The first signature project, we don't see it no more. They say they'll get police boots all around the country with camera, all around Monrovia. Send that boot, send that one boot. We not see no more boot again. The cajole, cajole that money whatsoever. But my own team, I won't see that Kevin complex. That over $20 million complex. When the Unity Party started, they can start it by the winning season. So when you get inside, man, the people are laughable people. You know, they just keep the power too. They just keep the power because of greed, man. But then delivering, nothing working for them.
You know what's happening with Liberia right now is, my brother Frank. You know, when you have a country, it's like a caught-head chicken. It runs everywhere, every direction. Everybody do their own thing, right? That's what's happening in Liberia. You have the Ministry of Commerce. My man, there are no jobs in the country. People are not working. People's homes are being demolished, right? And Commerce Ministry is there inflicting the prices on the people. We got global crisis going on all over. There's no trickle-down effect. The only people that are enjoying are guys in the government. Very handful. The vast majority of the people are suffering. And yet you have Commerce Ministry inflicting the prices on the people when they cannot even afford it, right? So I would like to equate the Ministry of Commerce to that of the Ministry of Transportation. Transportation just carry the price up on the people, insurance, on the tag and everything, because why? Is oh, I get my share inside transportation, oh Jake. So when you sell one plate, 25 cents come to me, 25 cents go to President Bouaka. So it's just so you have few rich people in the country because there's no middle class and very poor people. But yet you have Commerce Ministry inflating the price. And the worst of it, and before I give you digress to you, my brother Frank, the worst of it, you will not even blame these people in the market, because you know what? When Commerce Ministry inflate the price on the commodities on products, right? The market women do, they go ahead and add 25 cents. No regulation. There's no regulation. So Jake goes and buy shoe for $50. That shoe becomes $55. Are you going to blame Jake? Jake has to make his money. So
but let Frank, Leo, are we taking off from Iran or Nigeria? Are we taking our gasoline and fuel from Iran, or we taking it from Nigeria? Then how they jacking? The thing happening where in Iran? How they jacking it? Why we taking our fuel from Nigeria, Frank?
No man, they say the Oman one down, then you go slide. Yeah.
I know.
That's a surprise. That's why I want to ask for friend to know if we taking our order from Iran or that's that friend can in.
Yeah, my brother Frank. Let's hear from you, sir.
I mean, to answer that question, right? I would say just for the government to be free, the government would say they're taking it for Iran.
Oh God. You got steal and shit.
But anyway, you know, I mean, this is not surprising, right?
Can you feel me?
The Liberian people, right? But you know, sometimes when people speak, some people don't listen. During the campaign time, Bouaka made a statement. He said, when they come to power, they're going to have a small government. That means they're going to lay off people plenty, they're going to sack people plenty, and then they're going to have a handful of government, just like government from 1847 all the way to 1980. Right? And a few government, right? The few government or limited government will have access to all the resources. All right? Now, again, right after the campaign, the general asked Boakai about the issues of the Liberian people that Boakai campaigned for, that he said he is the most experienced political figure in the country. So if anyone is to become president, is Boakai, because he understood the Liberian people issues. Now, Boakai won the election. A journalist asked him, Mr. President, during the campaign, you said you understand the Liberian people issue, their circumstances. So now, January 1st, when you are inaugurated, where are you going to start first to tackle the Liberian people issue? Boakai answer was, oh, you know what? I'm going to create a task force that will investigate the issue of the Liberian people, and then you say you are the most experienced being, and then now you say you know the issue of the Liberian people, but now coming to tell the Liberian people that you're going to create a task force that will go and investigate. Boakai is still investigating the Liberian people issue, and I know some of the investigation that they did, they went to Boakai was, you know what, break down people's homes with even the difficulty of this country, with even the difficulty of the war, break down their homes, make them homeless, take the land, make them landless, all right? Let their children sleep under the bridges and stuff. So those are the things investigation that Boakai did, and he's putting the Liberian people through. But you know what? Let me say this. And these are some of the things that when we say, they say, you're not for your president, I mean, not the president, but you're not for the country, you enemy of the state. In fact, during President Josh Manneh time, what these people, what did they do? What did they do? When food prices, I mean, the entire war, and then Ukraine thing happened. When the wheat in Ukraine, because Ukraine are producing wheat, Ukraine are supplying wheat to mostly Africa. But when they did this, when it happened, food stopped, right? And then even China, when the coronavirus thing happened, China were holding her food for her population. Taiwan holding her food for her population. All right? These countries holding their food for their population during coronavirus time. But yet they stay. President Josh Manneh was able to provide rice for the Liberian people. But yet they say, these people went on to say, it is not because of the coronavirus we're supposed to be in the country. These people went out to say gas supposed to be in the country, and to say Liberia were producing gas, and to say Liberia were producing food. I mean, our own stable food, and that's why I don't have to say Liberia does not have a stable food. Because if you understand what stable is, it means you yourself have access to it. You yourself can produce it, but you can't produce something that is stable. It is not stable. You see, and we said these things, but these people run with it just to make the Liberian people to think that President Weah could not rule the country. And they said, they blame President Weah for everything. I mean, things that happened from 1847, they said it was President Weah that caused all of those things all the way to 2020. It was President Weah that was a causing thing. But today, the in power now, they don't want to talk about the gas issue. They are saying it is because of Iran and stuff. No, Nigeria get gas. Why you guys can't go to Nigeria to go get gas from Nigeria? And I believe South Africa too. You can go to them. I mean, they are in Africa there. So if Iran is saying they don't want to provide anybody, I mean, you can go to Nigeria. You don't have to get over the sea. You can use your pipe and go to Nigeria and get gas from there. So these people, they use all these things. They never work with the government. It is today that they want for opposition community to align with the government. It is today they want for opportunity, opposition community.
The country is divided. The country is divided.
That is not going to happen. Boakai should provide food for the people. Boakai should provide food for the people because you are competent. You are experienced, you are well connected, you have partners that President Josh Manneh did not have, and you have these people. So it is up to you, it is your obligation. You are forced That is why the Liberian people put you there as a president, as a leader, because you're a rescuer. You came to rescue the people. Rescuer means you have things at your disposal that you are coming to provide for the Liberian people. So you must. Don't lie on Ukraine. Don't lie on Russia. Don't lie on America. Don't lie on Taiwan. Don't lie on China. Don't lie on Iran. Don't lie on Asia to say it is a one. Iran. Don't lie on those people, because both your experience for the 7 years you have all those connections. So you must do diligently.
The people say because of Guinea invasion, that's why the commodities are going high.
I know, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that these people are not showing how incompetent and unserious they are. Yesterday,
but pray, it surprised you? It surprised the Unity Party feelings like this?
It's not, my brother, because we said it from the beginning. It's not. You knew who these people are. We told the Liberian people that these people were coming to rescue their pockets, that they were coming to ensure that their family members, are sent abroad. That's what they were coming for. And today, that is what we are seeing. These people are not looking at the substantive issue. And I want to borrow from one of our sisters, Cecilia Freeman. His first issue was when he took over, the man decided, okay, let me take a job for these people. We saw almost about 700 plus Liberians who were working at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. They lost their job. People from all over, all of the ministry, from even MCC, they took the old man who used to be sweeping on the street, they took their job from them. People were protesting all around the place. After taking the people job, he did not stop there. Some of these people, they were working since Chalekin Town, they accumulated whatever little thing and say, let's be our horse. Because in Liberia, the first thing Liberian men will do, when you get some more money, the first thing you want to do is, maybe get something able to lay my head. You don't want today or tomorrow, my children. The money that these people work for, they were able to use that money to build their homes. Immediately after their dismissal by the government, they lay houses and things that they build. Government say, okay, we're coming for you. Clear it. Imagine, they broke people's homes down. Some of these homes have been there for decades. They broke it down. Today, you have homelessness taking over our country. Today, you have kids that are sleeping in market buildings and etc. Look,
Prince, I want to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
What's the vice president?
Any country that does not prioritize for people well-being, that particular country is calling for chaos. Any country that does not prioritize for people well-being is calling for chaos. You are asking a question, my brother.
Yeah, where's your vice president? Since they're denying the yellow machine story, where's the vice president? No.
The vice president in Nima County celebrating his birthday. In fact, today, while Guinea is invading Liberia, he's in Nima County, wasting money, carrying cow and dancing there, singing, I know, happy mothers or whatever. I think. The vice president is
please. Let me ask you.
In the forest, Liberia.
Right now. The current situation. Let me put some on the spot here. The current situation, the president addressing the nation. And the vice president will be in the proximity of the president because the national issue is a national issue concerning country. What are you doing in my country?
They say pre-recorded. They say what are you doing? Anyway, my brother that one. Leo, that one for you.
No, but Jake. The president finished relinquishing the day-to-day affairs with the vice president, so the vice president don't have to be with the president. No, let me tell you, the vice president has his own agenda here. Let me tell you, the board took all the cabinets, all of his ministers. They went Nima County to go celebrate, like my brother just alluded.
Wait, member of the executive branch of government, all of them.
Of course.
So what mean? They didn't align with the vice president in case anything happened to the president, they would be holding position.
Okay, so let me tell you now what's going on. You're a smart man. You see, you're thinking outside the box.
So that's something that they know we don't know.
But But this is not the first time, though. Newsflash, this is not the first time where Jeremiah Kun taking half of the cabinet, taking it to his farm.
But when the United Party beat more people, how can a vice president, the president still alive? Nothing happened to the president. You're forming government beyond the president. And I mean, the president was, if I was president advisor, I would sack everybody. I would sack most of them that own that trade. You're on the president.
But women, these people are even surprised that the president is still alive at this time, because it was never in their mind that the president was going to be alive at this time. All they thought the president was going to die in his first year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, just before I give my time here, you know, when the vice president went to Nima on one of these visits, so not even Nima, the president had told him to take over some. You know, he relinquished some position to him to run the affairs of something. And then the vice president went in front of the state media and said, the president had to make this visit. He was speaking in place of the president, not the vice. I think I call it out on one of these episodes, and please help me. The vice president is now calling himself the president in one of those episodes. And I said, this guy looking at something that we are not seeing. Fast forward, every other weekend, if not every weekend, the vice president goes to his farm along with half of the cabinets. They are strategically because they know that Bweka, look, it's a coup inside our government. It's a coup inside our government. That's why condemning
the president will fire. The president will sack all of them. Most of them.
The president don't have that moral reputation to do that. Have it.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me put another question.
Like Leo said, and this is something that people must understand. Do you know that the vice president is now forming his own government while Joseph Newman Bweka is sitting? And it's very serious. Look at recent. The ball ready, he would take a group of people and carry them on his farm and they discuss what they're supposed to discuss. There's the reason why you see the government is now tackling issues of the Liberian people concerned. Because the now fighting to solidify their space. Jeremiah bringing a man, the Unity Party boys, then Gafuan too, he bringing a man, Yombli Kanga Lawrence too.
Wait, Gafuan going on the trip? Friends, is it Gafuan on the trip too?
No, he's not on the trip.
No, Gafuan for you,
let me break another political projection here. Prediction here that will shake all of you, will shake the whole country. Listen to me. The way they're planning, the vice president planning. Prince, I'm saying it here on the platform, put my face inside. I'm on a political prediction. I'm good at it. I'm very good at it. If anything happened to Bweka before Jeremiah can't take power, the military will seize power. They will shake all of your aching.
That would be the best thing to happen.
If anything, I'm about a political prediction that makes sense. Sooner than year, anything happened to the old man, he passed away. The military will take power. Jeremiah will never be president. You'll take it to the bank.
Do your closing.
I rest my case.
My brother Leo, let's hear from you as you close from your end.
But it's been a good show. Again, let me say thanks to our CEO. I know you won't be called that name, but you are our CEO, my brother. Thank you for providing us the opportunity to present our case, make our case to Liberian people. And of course, you know, the Bible has a story that spoke about the prodigal son that Jesus gave a parable. The prodigal son, the brother, one of the younger brother went to his father and said, I needed my property. Of all that you work for, Daddy, give it to me so I can go start my own life. The father said, go. Father gave it to him and he went. Because the father knew that he will only go but so far and he will come back home. That's what some of our Liberian people did. They made a mistake. They look at a very educated man, a very well-meaning man in Excellency Dr. George Manawiya, who was on the trajectory to setting the path of Liberia plain in front of the international community. They went to Liberia and said, they went to President Weah and said, we want our share so that we can give it to an older man. Today, George Weah and myself, we are here to say, we forgive you. We forgive you. George Weah does not have a hate in his heart. He knows it was a legit mistake that you guys did, but because God wanted to show and set an example for which we are here explaining all of the happenings. What I'm going to say, you'll come back home. It's a genuine mistake. We see that. Y'all come back home. His Excellency is waiting with wide open. The Bible says on the day of judgment, those that make the right decision, the Father will say, come, your work has done as well. That good and faithful servant. His Excellency is standing here, say, I'm not only calling for seditions. All of you who counted me out, now you guys have seen the mistake that the big people government is making. But you guys come, because why? We have the sycamore tree, which is a peaceful tree, to bring everybody under one umbrella, and we'll govern again in 2029. I want to say thank you all. Let's go on the bandwagon. The fight is not going to be easy, but we will not relent ourselves because we are preparing ourselves to come back and make sure we take our country back. Thank you, Prince.
Sure, thank you. So before we go to our brother Frank, we have our man Teddy Lion Nyako on the line. I think he will just join us while he concludes from his end. He coming in during the time we are concluding. But Teddy, welcome and thank you for joining us, sir. Just go ahead. What you have on your mind? Are you listening to us and your own contribution to the issue? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks. Greetings to everyone. Well, let me get hit on a few points on what Brother Leo and the other guy was talking about. The other analyst, top analyst, the guy who just left there, Jake, right?
Yeah, Jake.
Actually, what he said, immediately if anything happens to the president, the vice president set himself for that. And also, the president has to prevent this one is right, and that will be stop. That way, probably here for the trouble. And in the recent time with the land issues, all that, that external problem is ready.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Let me merge this. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Teddy.
Yeah, so for the vice president, if anything happens, the vice president too said he will not group too. The Nima County people, they feel that it's the only chance to become for them to produce president too. So if Baka and my nephew or whosoever who is the chief of staff having to bring any kind of resistance, those Nima boss and the boss, all this kind of meeting vice president having on the phone, why did you include that? So La Brepo should watch and should be very careful. And the president, the vice president knows that the president have committed a lot of atrocities, a lot of heinous crimes against the state. And the Liberian people, one of CDC across party line, everybody, we are trying to be one to see how better we can confront the external issues, beginning and make everybody be united, and everybody having to see your own partisan notice that the president have lied. He's so much a criminal-minded man. He has done a lot of stuff for the Liberian people to impeach him. And on the other hand, nobody wants to really impeach the president for that vice president not going to become president. So it will be a problem there too. Okay. So let me go to the external issues, right? Which is very bad on my mind, very serious there when it comes to Guinea.
Yeah, just take 30 seconds because we have another person on the line. But I think we got to invite you. Maybe tomorrow we will be on if you have the time.
Yeah, let's bring you on tomorrow.
But
let's bring on the panel.
30 seconds. Let's bring our brother Elson.
I got more to expound on, but let me just summarize on that little external issue.
Yes.
Baka knows the global politics that bro have been into. Okay, remember, anywhere you see American people, American interests, the Russians let go put their own that said it. Okay, they got connected to the Guinea long time, get all the old Russian time guns and whatsoever, and France and Russia always playing the games among the Sahel nations. To play the game. But Guinea wants to join the Sahel. Guinea wants to break away from the West African stuff. Want to join Burkina and whatsoever it is. Why terrorizing, their neighbors and trying to, they put billions of dollars, guns. And it's trying to tell our people that in case anything / World War III, they would take the side of Russia and they take the side of jihadists whatsoever. We should be careful with the Fulani stuff that going on in West Africa, in Nigeria, all these things that are going on. So that diplomatic relationship connection have been there, but America to not sleeping. I can remember a few years back during the time when George Bush in power. He said the Gulf of Guinea It's very important for the American people's security, the oil whatsoever. You see that Gulf of Guinea, between Liberia, Guinea, whatsoever, like that. That is the oil line all the way to Nigeria. That is the cup. That's where the oil coming from. It was sloping down to Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? So Liberia and Guinea, we have to really be united to put it. We should make our resources or put our minds together. We fight each other.
Thank
we are brothers.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. During the week, I'll call you so that we can have a time to discuss. But let's go to our brother Elston. Elston, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry today I didn't give you the link. But
no, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, sure. We'll be fine, but we'll try to do the corrections so we can put it. But welcome. Let's hear from you.
Always my pleasure. Listen, it's hard to the rest of the panelists. I've been following the show. It's a beautiful show as always. You know, the guys are doing a great job. The fortunate thing for us who maintain a free mindset and we can call on things that we see today, meaning that of the Unity Party government that are wrong today, and things that were wrong yesterday that we have issues with. I will start with an example. Let's take, for instance, the whole idea of podcast and how to remove this government, how to remove constitute a person like Phonetic Kofa and put in Kung Bana, by my own estimation, should be removed, should not be a speaker today because he has committed so many wrong and continues to commit wrong and pointing accusations, fingers at him. It's just so glaring that he should not be a speaker. So that's something that we see today, but you guys cannot forget. And the past government of CDC, I know you other people will beg to differ, but the truth is the truth. Cabinet General was removed illegitimately by the CDC government. Nobody can tell me in a red month they were not wrong done. We had Cabinet General removed from the bench. That was wrong. And today, this government is also doing another wrong. The way they demolish our people's homes, and we're all providing shelter for them, I'm going to call them out. It is wrong today. So we have to point to where the wrong is. You guys earlier on mentioned on something like this government, like the way they sidelining a lot of people from their job. For instance, electric transport. They put a whole lot of people down. They outsourcing transport job to a whole different entity. Today is wrong. We're going to call it out. I support this government, but I will always stand with Liberia first. So I'm calling this government out to tell them it's wrong. Our people need their jobs. But you guys have forgotten. When the election was around the corner, your CDC spokesman, who happens to be my own senior brother with myself, live and slept in the same house, Eugene Langley, my own big brother, he said, if you people have one CDC that is, they were not going to work with any Unity Party partisan. I know nobody's going to say that today. You all know what happened then, but nobody's going to call it out. My issue will always remain. People who support Unity Party, they will not see the wrong of how this government cover up Brian McGay to a larger extent, or the people who sodomizing, like Peter Bonjara, who sodomizing our children to say, oh, we are UPs, but this is wrong. We must curb it. We must nip it in the bud. Our children are vulnerable. They need to be protected. Unity Party people are not going to say that. CDC people, they are not going to call out their wrong that they did yesterday, but I see all of you on the platform, whether Jake or the Frank fellow, you're criticizing this government, but you are never one day mention any wrong that you did. So thankfully to us Liberians who can put our country first, and we are criticizing this government, what we see today, even though we support the government.
So we are trying to put your country first.
Then we are country first.
So we are trying to put your country first. That now we put the country first. What's the guy? We will put the country first.
And we balance the equation. I challenge anybody.
You go your own.
I'm not criticizing the government. I appreciate my
Just let him speak.
and I will always follow the show. And I love being on opposition platform because once you speak the truth, you know what the Bible says. We are Christian, predominantly Liberian. The truth will set you free. Thank you, my brother. I always appreciate you accepting my calls.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Brother Frank, as he gave us his parting comments.
Thank you so much. You know, the guy that just spoke, right? If they say UP did put the country first, no one was going to die during the election. If UP put the country first, no one was going to die during
exactly.
UP for secure citizen. just because they affiliated themselves with CDC or with President George Manuel Weah. They went around killing people. And to say you guys put a country first, you guys are not going to take ballot from the internet and then say that Liberia. And to say you put the country first, you guys are not going to lie on Jefferson Koji and say Jefferson Koji pay people or kill people. And to say you guys put the country first, you are not going to come to the United States and ask the United States government not to send aid to Liberia, not to send money to Liberia. And to say you guys put Liberia first, you guys are not going to come to the United States to U.S. Congress and ask them to put sanctions on Liberia. Is that why you call putting Liberia first? Oh, so it is today that you do not want us to criticize the government. Okay, since you say we are not criticizing George Weah. George Weah is not in power. CDC is not in power. So we are not doing that. We are dealing with the competent government. We are dealing with the experienced government.
So, Frank, we have one of our sister on the line, our regular caller. I think let's give her that opportunity, and then we give you the next second to conclude. Yeah, welcome. Your name and where you've joined us from. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, hello, Prince, and you and your panelists. I want to say hi to everyone, to Detroit, Leo, and Frank. Yeah, I just want to add on what our brother we suggest. I know he was the one who was on the line.
Yeah.
He tried to do comparison on talking about during the CDC time when the CDC government took down Cabinet Janet, and now that we are criticizing the Unity Party, we don't do comparison or we don't discuss that. But one thing he did not include in his whole narration was that the CDC wasn't the first person to unseat an elected governor official. He forgot to state that during the Madame Salif term, the first Unity Party 12 years, Madame Salif, during her 2 terms, she unseat, where his name, the first speaker that we had, after the election, who was Edwin Snow.
Edwin Melvin Snow.
Edwin Melvin Snow. In her second term, she did the same thing to the second speaker,
Alex Tyler.
Alex Tyler. So during the CDC 6 years, when the United Party used to be criticizing the CDC and doing all those things, did the United Party people ever criticize themselves first or said that, oh, we did this too? In our 12 years of ruling, we took down 2 speakers, the first term and the second term. And that wasn't it. When they were lying about auditors dying, this person dying and that person dying, did the United Party talk about Patterson that died or the Harry Greaves that died? Did they talk about those people? Or they were only running with, oh, we are escaping auditors. And meanwhile, those people who died during that time, they weren't even auditors. Now, not everybody that working with LSCC are auditors. Not everyone that is working with GAC is auditor. They have people who are doing different jobs in that area, even though they are working under the umbrella of that, but they were with auditors. And what were they auditing? Even after their death, now that the United Party is in power, they ever came back to the Liberian people, they said, this is what these people were auditing, for which they were killed. So you want to tell me because those people died, the auditing paper, everything died with them, wherever document, whatever money they were auditing, you want to tell me everything died with them? Look, let us be real. Let us be real. United Party had 12 years. We shouldn't behave as if to say the United Party didn't come 12 years. I was talking, I voted for Madame Salif first and second term. Let me be on record. I started supporting George Weah 2014 when he ran for the senatorial election for Montserrado County. I never voted for any CDC person before in my life besides George Weah because I was in Liberia and I ran his campaign and I voted for him. You understand me? Before 2017, I put my support beyond George Weah. But the chance that we gave, that Liberians gave Ellen during her 12 years, Weah was never given that opportunity. They politicized everything, even to the point that Eugene Nambwe went to eat lobster. It became a problem.
Sure.
Eugene Nambwe, who have served in government since during the Charles Taylor time, until during the Judy Bryant time, he became Post and Telecom Minister. Then he became minister in Madame Salif and government, who can afford more than what they call lobster. Even me here doing my little small work in America, I can eat lobster. Then tell me about a whole government official. It was politicized. When George Weah wear shoes, the United Party people were politicized. They never thought about Liberia. When they were coming to Washington and telling Nancy Pelosi that they should not have Liberia because the government in power is corrupt, knowing fully well that almost all of the citizens in Liberia depend on the government. You think they were only doing it to Wia? There was also crippling other people who were benefiting from the government.
Sure.
Now today, the thing that is happening in the border, they are telling us that we should be patriotic because Guinea is attacking Liberia. Guinea is not attacking Liberia. Let the government come up to tell the Liberian people what prompted the military of Guinea to cross from the country to come to the Liberian side to post their flag and put our flag down. The government must be transparent to the citizens. Prince, if this thing that is happening now in Liberia, if this thing was going to be happening, it would have happened during the real time. But now, these people, when they were in opposition, they would have turned Liberia upside down.
Oh yeah, they would have protested severely.
Even my own brother, we said, that is talking softly, bringing all the intellect into the discourse, he would not have even been saying it. He would not have even been saying it, but now there will have been protests in our country calling for Wia to step down, that he is incompetent, he is inept, he cannot run the country, the Liberian people's lives are at risk. These people would have made that whole thing to look like to say it was Wia who brought the military to come. First of all, we have said we have sold our place to the people. But today they're telling you and myself we should be patriotic. Sure. The Guineans coming to attack us. The Guineans are not attacking Liberians. They have Liberians in Guinea. Have you heard any Guinean attacking any Liberian in Guinea because of this situation? Nope. Because the issue is not between Liberia and Guinea. It is between Francis Numale, Bouaka, and the Guinean.
Thomas Fala also.
Do not involve everybody in it. When we want to speak truth to power, let us speak truth to power.
You get mad at stupid
power. You understand me?
Definitely.
When Madame Salif said that when Madame Salif told the Liberian people when her son Robert Salif Ben robbed Nokal, she said she take the blame. The end of the United Party people when they lie on during time that 16 billion lost under his regime. They didn't make any comparison. They didn't speak truth to power then. Mo Ali, all of them, they were comfortable still working under this Salif government. They didn't want to then resign because Robert Salif Ben robbed Nokal. No. But now it's come to their own time. They're telling us now we should do comparison.
Because the people are hypocrite. We're not listening to them. They get the audacity. They are hypocrite.
To be criticized. Then we should be baby about it. Lord, let us all speak truth to power. If we want Liberia to be good, let us say it. If it is white, it is white. If it is blue, it is blue. Now I let my man Detroit. If the man can hold back, he can just waste it. Whether you like it, you don't like it, he is saying what he's saying.
Thank you.
Every time I follow the show,
they are hypocrite. They are hypocrite. They are hypocrite.
And we should say it after this. We shouldn't be hiding beyond anything here. So if Bouakatana, it reached Bouakatana, we should be patriotic. They won't force us to be Liberian by force. No, they were educated people. They were these people. We was inept. Imagine if this thing that is happening now was going to happen during weird time. They were going to tell you, he play ball, he dancing buka, he loving around, he doing this, he irresponsible. The men are footballer. Liberian people go to the whole country, they go give the footballer. Now Bouakana, when you know how to play football, when I play ball, who is 80 years old, who has been in government for 50 years, he knows everything that you can talk about concerning Liberia. Why is it that this thing happening in his government?
Wow.
We don't expect this to be happening on a Bouaka government.
Sure.
So
but Gongo said the breaking impeachment. Gongo was impeachment.
We love Liberia.
Definitely.
That was my contribution to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a wonderful and very meaningful contribution. You've nailed it.
You nailed
it. My brother
Prince,
Frank, just conclude.
Prince,
Yes, sir.
There has to be part 2 of this show.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Tomorrow will
not
definitely be on.
tonight.
Yeah, sure.
She said it already. Yeah, go ahead.
She said it already. Yeah.
But let me just say
right. She said it already about yeah, but let me just conclude with this. Let me just
give me a second.
Just give him a second. Let the
brother take Ellis, the brother who spoke, please. Let's he's a decent guy. Don't call him stupid, okay? Please, let's not do that.
Man, he decent say yeah, man. He decent say toy. Nobody decent here. They know what a hypocrite thing here. What decent?
We just have different.
When decent, you know, you should be causing it by here. Don't decent say yeah, man.
No.
Well, decency.
Yeah, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
I mean, she said everything, but
tomorrow the man will be on, so you will be on too tomorrow. So the message wants to see you, sir.
Let me just say that about Lofa County, right?
What
There's
about what
a comment I saw here. There's a comment I saw, and I just want to add onto it. And the person said, under this government, the land that have been invaded in Lofa County, it will never be taken back from Guinea under this government. And I want to believe that. She said it. She said the land will never be taken back from Guinea under this government. And I want to believe that. And I saw a post today, right, from one of the supporters of the Unity Party, saying that the same thing the lady said on the post here, saying that this government, even though he supports the government, this government will not handle the situation in Liberia, between Liberia and Guinea in Lofa County. He said the government will not handle the situation because the government have gone to Guinea and then the government came back. In fact, when the government came back, more soldiers came on the land. So that means this government will not handle the situation. And then he said the only thing that will make this government to handle the situation or honor this government, they have to pass through President George Manneh Weah. Even though he did not say President George Manneh Weah, he was a little bit disrespectful. He said they have to use Weah so Weah can use his influence, so Weah can use his popularity and things. It was a little bit disrespectful when he was saying it, but I didn't just comment, I just left it. But he was saying Weah should be the one to go there because of his popularity, because of he's being well known, right? He can go to the Guinean president and talk to the Guinean president. Then the soldiers will leave that particular land. Other than that, the soldiers will not leave. Now, again, that is one of the important things about CDC. That means CDC
just conclude. We can finish out today.
Yeah, they have no conclusion. They are depending on CDC to come and rescue them. The rescuers are depending on CDC to rescue them.
Do we have to meet the foyer mansion? That you would know.
The CDC USA will be having her convention, fellow Liberians, in Philadelphia from June the 24th to the 28th. And this convention will be bringing together citizens from every part of the United States of America. We will be there from the 24th to the 28th, and that will be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So all are invited. The good thing is the first partisan, the stand-up bearer, His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah, is definitely going to be part of this convention. We're also going to have leaders from Liberia, party executives, and etc. Some other lawmakers from the institution, the CDC, are also going to be here. You know, this is going to be the biggest event to ever happen in the USA in the month of June. So save the date. Again, the date is from June the 24th to the 28th, where Liberians, seditionists, Weahians, patriotic people, we all will gather in Pennsylvania for this particular big convention. At this convention, we'll also be having our national election. There's going to be national election. So it's going to be a wonderful time. So my people, that is that. Save the date. Until we meet again, my people, we want to say thanks to all of you who take the time off. And we will be here tomorrow. Salute to all of you. Bye from our end.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.